hello everyone. Welcome to the Third Man Cricket Show yet again. And यार 10 बजे का तो time ही हो गया है. So everyone knows that we are always live at 10 p.m. IST. So here we are yet again. And we have a really special panel today. Atharva from KKR. यार KKR से अकेला है Atharva, but I mean KKR की team भी ऐसी है कि players चल गए तो अकेले काफी है. तो that's why KKR से अकेला Atharva and Sands and Dinesh. Dinesh is making his debut today on the Third Man Cricket Show. So welcome Dinesh, welcome Sands, welcome Atharva, and along with me I have Abhinav as usual. So यार high scoring game once again, 218 to win. क्या लग रहा है यार? Whose chances do you see more in this game as of now?
मुझे तो लगता है कि देखो अभी if you look at the score card और जो अभी गेम जिस मोड पर आके रुका है तो लग तो ऐसे ही रहा है कि it's RR's match to win. But मैं जानता हूँ as an RR fan how tough KKR can be when it comes to fight back. और उनके पास एक जो बड़ा एटम बम है ड्रेसिंग रूम में जिसका नाम है आंद्रे रसल, वो कब कैसे फट सकता है हमको कोई आइडिया नहीं है. So I don't want to be too optimistic, yes, but so far the performance has been really good. मतलब एक बहुत strong comeback किया है RR ने with the bat after two disappointing outings. और Butler he's owning this IPL when it comes to batting. मतलब Butler एक तरफ, बाकी सारे batters एक तरफ. I know there's been KL Rahul who scored a magnificent 100. We have had some really good middle order knocks. लेकिन बटलर जो डोमिनेंस वो इंग्लैंड क्रिकेट टीम में दिखाते हैं, फाइनली मतलब उसी लेवल का डोमिनेंस हमको देखने को मिल रहा है. एंड वी आर गेटिंग गुड रिवॉर्ड्स फॉर दैट, सो इट्स रियली हार्टनिंग टू सी. बट जिस मोड पर अभी मैच खड़ा है, वी हैव एरन फिंच, श्रेयस मतलब आई वुड होप कि थोड़ा और हम लोग ये जो रन रेट है उसको थोड़ा अगर मेंटेन करके रखेंगे तो विकेट्स अपने आप आ जाएंगे. सो होपफुली थिंग्स गो इन आवर डायरेक्शन, बट लेट्स सी. इट्स टू अर्ली टू जज एज ऑफ नाउ, इवन दो द रन इज.
आप काफी मतलब ऐसे वो एनिमेशन होता है ना 3D वाला, वैसे लग रहे हो यार. आपकी मतलब ऐसे सिर्फ चेहरा दिख रहा है, पीछे पूरा वो ब्रिक का बैकग्राउंड है और फिर आप आ रहे हो जा रहे हो आ रहे हो जा रहे हो, ऐसा हो रहा है.
बैकग्राउंड हटाता हूँ एक मिनट.
हाँ, हेरा फेरी वाला बैकग्राउंड है ये इसका, वो अक्षय कुमार आता है ना उसमें से.
Exactly. But I think Sands जब ये आंसर कर रहे थे तभी he used the name of a player, Josh Butler, or once he mentioned that name, I think there was a wide smile on Dinesh's face. So Dinesh, I would like to come to you, yaar. 7 IPL innings, 3 IPL centuries, yaar, cannot get bigger than this for Rajasthan Royals.
Actually, we have seen this before, even in 2018, if I could remember. Josh Butler was predominantly used as a finisher for most of the teams. Even for MI, he used to come at number 5, number 6. And even RR tried that in 2018. They were trying him at number 5 and number 6. Things were not working. And I still remember there was a rain-ridden match where then they had to chase some high target around 8 or 9 overs. And he was promoted up the order to open the innings. And what happened after that is actually a history. And he actually established himself as an opener. And what we see is, what he had actually established himself at that point of time. You not to forget 5 back-to-back 50s he had got in 2018. And after that, he had been, on and off in the seasons in 2019, 2020, and 2021. It's really glad to see him getting back to the touch that we all had actually witnessed some 2 years back. It's really a very great, soothing sight to see someone like Josh Butler. He doesn't actually hammers the ball, if you could see. He just doesn't use the big, long handles just like Andre Russell or someone. Just times the ball. Just slices the bat. When he gets going, I think it's a pleasure to watch. And you might be a KKR fan, but just put aside that you're a fan of KKR and just watch his batting. I mean, that's absolute glee to watch. That's what I could say. I have no words to say about it.
Yes, 100% agreed, Dinesh, whatever you said. Yeah, Atharva, I would like to come to you now. I mean, 218 runs, a mountain to climb. I think Sunil Narayan opening the innings has backfired, is what I read in a comment. basically. So how do you see this chase? I mean, who obviously you need a couple of good partnerships to chase that target, but who do you see as the probable batsman who can come through and just help you go near to the target if not chase it?
Well, first of all, 218 is a mammoth total, okay? But since the match is at Brabourne, no total is big enough. Considering the boundary lines and considering the dew that happens at Brabourne Stadium, no total is big enough, is what I feel. So while chasing this total, partnerships are very important. Okay, you cannot expect just one batsman to to carry the innings, to score, to hit every ball and to score a 100, and chase this total. Small partnerships are very important, and especially in this KKR lineup, which is not firing. The top order hasn't fired till yet. So I think this is the best opportunity for the KKR batting order to fire up. Nitish Rana has to perform. He did perform in last match, but he has to perform consistently. Shreyas Iyer has been in a good form, but he's not been carrying the innings. He just scores a good looking 20, 25, 30, and he just gets out. Shreyas Iyer needs to score a good 70, a good 80 today. And Russell needs to show his power today. And then Venkatesh Iyer, he has been a total flop at the opening position. So Venkatesh Iyer has to fire at whichever position he plays today. So small partnerships is what it's required. Okay, big partnership is obviously the best, but partnership is I feel is the most important aspect in chasing this total. You cannot expect just one person to score a big score and the others to play around him. First inning, it's fine. First inning you can, but when you have a target in front of you, it's not quite ideal, to just put the entire pressure on one batsman.
Yes, exactly. And Shankar Kapoor rightly mentioning that Iyer shuffling a lot is a slight concern for KKR, as you rightly mentioned, Atharva. It is a slight concern because you do need those small or big partnerships going through. But guys, यार आपको थर्ड मैन के लोगों के साथ स्ट्रीम पे एक और लोगो दिख रहा है टॉप लेफ्ट कॉर्नर पे. दैट इज नन अदर देन आवर टाइटल स्पॉन्सर चैम्प हंट. तो हम लोग का डिस्क्रिप्शन देख लीजिए. चैम्प हंट का वेबसाइट, चैम्प हंट के वेबसाइट का लिंक है. इट इज अ वेरी गुड प्लेटफॉर्म. They are basically creating a cricket community, a basic platform for all the cricket fans, players. Even if you are someone from the support staff, आपको umpiring अच्छी लगती है, physiotherapy अच्छी लगती है. It's basically a platform where cricket will rest, and you can just go yourself. You can go yourself on their website, register yourself. The website will be completely functional from Tuesday, which is tomorrow. So you can go ahead, register yourself, and then, yeah, Abhinav, I think this is a fantastic partnership that we have. केकेआर को पार्टनरशिप की जरूरत है, बट आई थिंक हम लोग को पार्टनरशिप मिल गई है जो हम लोग को चाहिए थी. So I think it's a fantastic initiative by CHAMPHUNT, and you should go and register yourself and check it out yourself, guys.
Yes, yes, you
अगर
surely do.
सैमसंग
You
जितना
must.
अच्छा पार्टनर हिटिंग वार्डिंग को मिल जाए ना बॉलिंग टैंडम के लिए, तो केकेआर बॉलिंग यूनिट बेस्ट हो सकता है.
Yeah, kind of agree with their अथर्वा, क्योंकि केकेआर ने ऐसा नहीं कि खराब स्टार्ट किया है. पावर प्ले खत्म हो गया है, 6 ओवर्स 57 फॉर 1, बट एक है कि जो रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट है वो एवरी सिंगल डबल के साथ बढ़ते जाने वाला है. आई थिंक दे रिक्वायर, how much do they require? 157 हुए हैं. More than 150 is needed. 150 more than 161 is needed in 14 overs, if I'm not wrong. So
Yeah.
I think
All,
yeah, so
all
that
my
84
is.
hopes
balls.
are on the dew. All my hopes are on the dew. If there's sufficient dew, and if we have, the two at least one or two batsmen in the end, then 5 ओवर में 70 बनता है end में. All my hopes are
Well,
on the
पता
dew
क्या
definitely because
है, ये
RR
तो है क्या
Rajasthan is a good bowling line.
या क्योंकि ड्यू तो हेल्प करेगी, बट पता है क्या एक कंसर्न आरआर के लिए क्या है, दे डोंट हैव दैट सिक्स्थ बॉलर. ठीक है, अगर एक हाथ बॉलर अगर बाहर पड़ जाती है, एक हाथ बॉलर को, से फॉर एग्जांपल अश्विन और चाहल, देन 4 ओवर निकलवाना उनसे कैसे भी करके. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच आरआर हैव नॉट टेकन इनटू कंसीडरेशन. रियान पराग, यस ही कैन बॉल, बट जैसे हमने पिछले मैच में देखा कि wasn't confident Sanju Samson when Riyan Parag and Jimmy Neesham were bowling. So I think, and Oben Markaz playing his
रियान
first
परब
match.
का टीम में एग्जैक्ट रोल क्या है
Looking,
by the way?
looking well, to answer that, looking at how McCoy had actually started, it's looking promising at least for this match. I would say 1 over,
Yeah.
4 runs, and all the balls that he bowled, he was actually tricky. He just kept altering his line and length. So wouldn't be a bad option. I mean, there wouldn't be a sixth bowler required at least for this match. I would say because he really started very well, McCoy, Obed McCoy. So hopefully we'll see some Kuldeep Sen at this point of time. I mean, what Kuldeep Sen had done
Yeah.
defending a low, 15 runs in the last over. We could actually see something like that in today's match as well. And yeah, RR used to do that because just like Andre Russell, they had a similar situation against MI where they really needed to actually keep Kieran Pollard calm, but they actually did that in the match against MI. So there are chances for RR to repeat that again, but yeah, fingers crossed even for that.
Yeah, but I still believe that this is RR's game easily. I mean, from here on, they shouldn't. Because yes, like Atharva mentioned, ki Venkatesh Iyer is not in form. So I think Sunil Narayan is out without facing a ball. So I think that is a big advantage because नारायण को ये इंटेंशन से भेजा गया था कि यार 6 ओवर में 70-80 रन बनाने हमें वरना हम ये मैच में रहेंगे नहीं ठीक है दैट वाज द इंटेंशन सेंडिंग नारायण of the order तो but I think that has backfired KKR but still जब तक एंड्रे रसल है nothing can be said but for sure 218
The tactical move
हर दिन
might
कोई
have
बनते हैं ठीक है
backfired as such. It was unlucky. The tactical move of sending Narayan as an opener hasn't backfired. As in, he wasn't dismissed for good
बैकवर्ड इन द
decision
सेंस
or
कि
something.
हाँ
It was just
मतलब
pure
दैट
unlucky.
वाजंट अ
Yeah.
सिंगल ठीक है इन माय ओपिनियन दैट वाज नॉट अ सिंगल इट वाज hit straight to Shimron
Yes.
Hetmyer on his right hand on his stronger side so I think that was a mistake by Aaron Finch and because it was his
Aaron
call
Finch,
to
yeah, it was a poor call. It was a poor call by
yeah
Aaron Finch. Yeah.
Well,
yeah so
Sunil
but
Narayan had his own right to call it a no. I mean, that's
exactly
what
yeah
comes into play. He had his own right to call it a no, and that didn't happen. He just straight away ran as if it was Aaron Finch's call, and Aaron Finch is a big batsman of huge reputation. Just because he calls you
yeah
for a run, and just because you're not a professional opener, doesn't mean that you
yeah
cannot decline the call of run. So that's
Agree.
what I could infer.
Absolutely.
yeah
Shivani,
absolutely
don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
So Hardik is saying, what about Varun Chakravarti? No fitness, definitely once again. What it was mad decision by KKR management to let go of Gale and retain Varun Chakravarti. We'll talk about Varun in some time, but right now let the viewers know the score: 6.4 over 66 for one. Still needing more. What 152? Yeah, 152 in 70, 78, 80 balls. So I think. A big ask for KKR, but not an impossible one. क्योंकि IPL में हमने क्या क्या होते देखा है. And today we are celebrating the 15th anniversary of IPL. क्योंकि जो पहला दिन था उसमें भी ऐसा ही कुछ स्कोर बना था
That,
ठीक है there was a certain player called Brendan McCullum who decided to go all guns blazing and he knows how to put up a big score on board as well. So I think Sands Dinesh अभी तक इतने confident नहीं होगा. What is the confident percentage? I mean 60-40 RR, 75-25 RR according to you, what is it?
So whatever I say, I end up jinxing it. So let me not say anything about this match at this point of time because right now it looks like KKR is actually doing what is actually required. They're just going
Yeah.
all guns blazing. See sixes and fours. Even in the bowling of Yuzvendra Chahal, they're just going big. And
Yeah.
I think I could not give any word as it could actually backfire me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think in such a target you have to go big. I think because वो जो
yeah.
150
Then that's
160
the
वाले स्कोर
opposite
होते हैं ना
side.
वो जो 150 160 वाले स्कोर होते हैं I think they are more tricky than a total like this where you know that you have to throw your bat at everything. So I think either तो they have to go but I think that's where RR का chance comes in to take a wicket as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think and Dinesh, you mentioned about jinxing. I don't think it's a better jinxing than someone like Sanchit, yeah, because you must be knowing.
Oh my God!
So,
Keep him away. Keep him away in whatever RR matches
yeah,
are happening. No, keep that
You
guy
you
away.
text you text
yeah,
you text this guy during RR match days. He's not going to respond you. Okay, just ask him whether
Yeah,
RR is going to win or not. Yeah,
yeah.
that I have
He
told
just plays it
him,
safe.
dude, just don't talk. Even I mean, at least during the RR matches, I would say, because all his timeline and then all these comments and all these tweets, whatever has happened, it's just against it. I mean, it's just the opposite of that. So I've just
yeah,
requested him
That
to stay
guy,
away.
that guy single-handedly revived Tewatia's career, man. Tewatia's career was finished. This guy said Tewatia's career is finished, and see Tewatia, he was back in form.
His career has prospered actually. So Sanchit,
Yeah,
if you are watching this, I mean, क्या reputation बना लिया यार तूने मतलब this is I don't know whether this is what I mean this is good bad but yeah I think you've got some real powers man so kudos to you I think you should use it in the right way यार जब India Asia Cup में है World Cup में I think that's the time you have to use that but yeah I mean RR के लिए भी use कर ही सकते हो obviously
yeah.
having Hyderabadi Halim after
Halim
SRH win
after
yesterday
SRH
क्या
win
बात है
yesterday.
Ryan
Yeah, एक पता है क्या अपन को हैदराबाद की ना तारीफ करनी पड़ेगी. I mean, कुछ भी हम इतना बोला था हमने सीजन जब ये ऑप्शन खत्म हुआ था उसके बाद कि यार एसआरएच ने तो क्या टीम बनाई है, लग ही नहीं रहा कुछ होने वाला इनकी टीम पे। लिटरली दिस इज द टीम जो मेरे को लग रहा है सबसे पहले क्वालिफाई कर जाएगी, पता है, बिकॉज दे हैव देयर ऑल प्लान्स इन प्लेस टू एग्जीक्यूट। ठीक है कि कौन सा बॉलर कब बॉलिंग करेगा, कितना मतलब कब लाना अटैक में, बैटिंग ऑर्डर क्या रहेगा, क्या हमारा प्लान है बैटिंग ऑर्डर का। आई थिंक द मैनेजमेंट हैज डन अ ब्रिलियंट जॉब to just build this team which is trying to do something. मतलब there is a light at the end of this tunnel, ऐसा मेरे को लग रहा है, क्योंकि there are other teams who don't know the best level as of yet, but SRH on one hand they do properly, and जब शशांक सिंह खेल रहे हैं there's Washington Sundar out, and when Washington Sundar in this team, it is a different team. I mean मेरे को लग रहा था कि स्टार्टिंग में सीजन की कि यार SRH इतना शायद क्वालिफाई ना कर पाए, but right now I feel the way they are performing, especially Umran Malik, man. I mean that guy, just get him into the test team. Yeah, just get him into the test team as soon as you can. I mean, we are going to England. Just get this boy on the same flight, and we want him there. Sands, what do you think about this man, this guy Umran Malik, and the whole of SRH performance till now? You're on mute,
You're on
Sands.
mute, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Umran Malik has been, मतलब he has been sheer raw pace man. मतलब वो आग उगलता है, बॉल नहीं फेंकता है वो. एंड लास्ट मैच में जो उसका सबसे बड़ा इम्प्रेसिव चीज यही था कि मतलब ही वर्कड ऑन हिज लाइन एंड लेंथ. उमरान मलिक का एक ही क्रिटिसिज्म आता था कि ये तेज फेंकता है लेकिन इस पर रन भी पड़ते हैं. So the way he performed in last match, he showed that I can be economical, I can be lethal too. So that's a very good sign for SRH fans. And I mean this, ये IPL का सबसे जो एक अंडरडॉग स्टोरी होगा वो SRH का ही होगा, क्योंकि I think everyone had given up on them. मतलब फैंस हो गए सब लोग, आफ्टर 2 मैचेस everyone had given up on them. हाँ ये तो लास्ट ही आएंगे, इनका तो कुछ ही
I
नहीं.
had given up on them even before the matches started. I had given up on them
और
right after the auction.
साइमन कैटिच तो ऑक्शन के बाद ही चला गया कि मेरे को नहीं रहना है, मेरे को फ्लाइट करके तो मैं वापस जा रहा हूँ. So, but they stuck with their team. They stuck with their team, which is good. मतलब at times you have to be firm on your decisions. मतलब as an audience शायद हमको वो चीज खराब लगती है, अरे इसको क्यों खिला रहा है, उसको क्यों खिला रहा है. बट अल्टीमेटली मैनेजमेंट को पता होता है कि प्लेयर का क्या पोटेंशियल है. द वे दे आर बैक्ड अभिषेक शर्मा, मतलब उसको बैक किया किया किया, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे ही वन यू अ गेम एंड ही हैज गिवन यू द कॉन्फिडेंस कि व्हेन द टाइम कम्स आई कैन डिलीवर. तो वो एक बहुत बड़ी चीज है. तो आई मीन दूसरे मैनेजमेंट को इन सब चीजों से सीखना चाहिए. आई मीन लेट इट बी एमआई और लेट इट बी आरआर, मतलब इतने सारे chopping and changing. मतलब when if you're backing a team which has a lot of domestic talent in it, you can't expect them to straight away be at international level. तुमको उनके साथ थोड़ा पेशेंस रखना ही होगा. you cannot expect them to be Trent Bolt और Kagiso Rabada. लेकिन अगर तुम उनको बैक करोगे, तुम उनको बोलोगे कि कुछ भी हो जाए तेरे को 5-6 मैचेस मिलेंगे, तू टेंशन मत ले, तो प्लेयर अपने आप परफॉर्म करना है. आई मीन उसका एक एग्जांपल है तिलक वर्मा, लुक एट आयुष बदोनी, मतलब these are prime examples. तो I mean kudos to SRH on how they have backed Umran Malik and how they have performed. मतलब 4 win back to back in a competitive IPL of 2022. मतलब कोई प्रेडिक्ट नहीं कर सकता था. अगर मैं ऑक्शन से पहले किसी को पूछता कि ऐसा कोई टीम है जो 4 मैचेस बैक टू बैक जीतनेगा, नो वन वुड पुट देयर मनी ऑन दैट. बट एसआरएच ने वो करके दिखाया है.
And
So
that's the thing. Yeah. Kane Williamson has won 6 out of 6 tosses. So I think this is a big factor which has played into HRS favor, because I can guarantee you that SRH को पहला बैटिंग दे दो and you can see a massive difference in the way they play. Okay, Williamson winning 6 out of 6 tosses has been a major factor for HRS success, because SRH is a bowling TV side. Okay, so उनका बस वही एक टैन रहा है कि जिस उनके बॉलर्स उनको they do their best, they choke their batting lineup somewhere between 150, 160, 170, and उनके जो batsmen, especially someone like Aiden Markram, they're more of an anchorer कि जिनको अगर एक safe total already है, so they can guide their innings. Someone like a Williamson, someone like a Aiden Markram. तो उनका जो अच्छा टीम फॉर्मेशन है वो चेजिंग ही है. आई फील SRH जिस टाइम फर्स्ट बैट करेगी ना, they want to struggle because उनको पता ही नहीं रहेगा कि क्या suitable total post करना है, target post करना है, and even their bowlers will struggle while depending in a in a wet field with dew around it.
I
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
question
that's
to the
true.
panel, everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sands, just before that, I would like to say one thing. I saw a comment of Shankar. He was asking कि LSD के मैच में stream नहीं किया था. So that is very true. हम लोग ने stream as such नहीं किया था, but I think it was a Saturday. ये जो Saturday गया परसों, I think it was the premiere of the episode of the episode 2 of Off Field Diaries, जिसमें the guest
Right.
was you admits. So I think do check that episode as well on our page. I think it was a fantastic interaction. Abhinav can vouch for it. I think Atharva has also seen it. So I think it was a
Absolutely.
fantastic interaction again. So that is the reason we could not stream on that day. And kal LSD ke match mein definitely we are going to be here at 10 p.m. So be here to support us like you are, and that is exactly the motivation we need. Yes, Sands, you can go ahead and ask your question.
No, coming to the SRH point, मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि do you think SRH would somehow try and fit in Abdul Samad now that they are on winning spree, or that guy is going to be benched for the rest of the season? Because let's not forget he was one of their retentions. तो क्या लगता है आप लोगों को?
Yeah,
Personally
I think
speaking,
they
I
should.
do not
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah.
potential
Atharva
in
continue.
that. Yeah, personally speaking, I do not see potential in that guy. As in, he's termed as an all-rounder, okay, but he does not bowl that often. He's termed as a finisher, but he hardly finishes the matches. Whenever the team is in crisis and he's asked to bat around the eighth or ninth over, he does not carry the innings as well. So his role as such is not specified in the team, and whenever he gets the opportunity, he hasn't counted on it. So I personally do not see that much potential in Abdul Samad. Yes, he can hit few long sixes, but I don't see potential in him that you can play him in this 11 especially.
Yes, exactly. And Dinesh, coming to you, what do you make of Abdul Samad? As rightly mentioned by Sands, I think he was a retention. Do you think that you see him in the 11, or do you think that winning combination is working, so there's no need to make a change?
Well, winning combination is everything, I would say, because I mean, if you're having all set players and the playing 11 is actually fitting to each. I mean, every single player is fitting to each other. I think that is what matters the most. But at some point, I really feel Abdul Samad has actually should be actually tested. I mean, not at the cost of winning the match, but I mean, I see Abdul Samad to be tested in a few matches, say 2 or 3 matches, and who knows, Abdul Samad may actually come big in the matches and the chances that he's been given with. But at this point of time, when you're actually starting to win, you should not change the combination. Or at least when you secured a spot in the playoff, where you just need one victory of 4 or 5 matches, or one victory of 3 or 4 matches, that is where you can actually make a limited change, where you bring Abdul Samad instead of someone. I mean, a calculative change. That's what is agreeable, acceptable, but not a big change where you push out some player who actually has the potential of winning matches and
Yeah.
brings Abdul Samad just because he's a retention. Would not be a good deal, I
मेरे को
would
अभी
say. And
स्कोर कार्ड देखे से थोड़ा हल्का हल्का गर्मी होने लगा है, बहुत मार रहे हैं फिंच.
uh,
Sam, just to update on the scorecard, please. What's the score going on?
94 for 1 in 8.1 overs.
I'm 11
That's
years.
massive. That's massive.
and since and since you asked about the retention and resting the player,
Yeah.
I would say the best example is what RR is doing to Yashasvi Jaiswal. So he's
Hmm.
not actually
Yeah.
he's not actually amongst runs. But what happens is someone like a Devdutt Padikkal, who's best known for his opening skills, is pushed to the middle order, say number 3 or number 4, just because Yashasvi Jaiswal is occupying an opening slot. So it's a retention. It's a retention. It's totally against the team's interest if you're going to rest a player who has been retained. It just raises a lot of eyebrows, and a lot of questions will be asked by the public on what basis you retain the player when you're not going to utilize him in the 11. But winning is everything. That's what I would say. If things are not working, I think it's fair call to rest that player, not because you're throwing him away, just to rest him, to give him some time to think about and adjust himself. So it's a needed break, I would say. It would not be throwing away. but it would be a essential or mandatory rest that a player needs to reorganize himself. I think RR has really done good when it comes to resting SSV Jaiswal and applying all other players in his place.
Yes, I think very fair point made. Ryan is also saying, Ryan has a point of view here. He's saying, I think Samad will be back when Shashank fails. So this is another spectrum that we can look at. Abhinav, तेरे को क्या लग रहा है इसके बारे में?
यार मेरे को पता है क्या लग रहा है कि अब्दुल समद को निकालना नहीं चाहिए था बाहर इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस इटसेल्फ आई थिंक दैट गाय हैज अ लॉट ऑफ टैलेंट और ही इज समवन की कुछ तो देखा होगा कि उमरान मलिक के ऊपर भी बहुत सवाल उठते कि यार 3 मैच खेल के क्या रिटेन कर लिया अभी देखो अपन देख रहे हैं अभी क्या कर रहे हो ठीक है सो आई थिंक अब्दुल समद हैजंट गॉट दोज मेनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज उनको वो टाइप की सिचुएशंस नहीं मिले जो जिसके लिए इज नोन फॉर द पिंच हिटिंग यू नो 10 बॉल में 25-30 रन बनाना ही कैन डू दैट इज व्हाट आई हैव सीन ऑफ हिम एंड पैट कमिंस पिछले साल अगर याद होगा आई थिंक इन यूएई Abdul Samad was batting and Pat Cummins was bowling and he hit a huge six or a couple of sixes of Pat Cummins if I'm not wrong. So I think after that no one can say कि यार ये बंदा कैसे क्यों रिटेन किया इसको. I think there was proper logic in that क्योंकि अगर अब्दुल समद को कोई खरीदता ऑक्शन में then minimum 3 CR is my guess. So I think they have given 4 to him. So I don't think it's a bad retention at all from SRH point of view. Yes, how he comes back into the lineup now it's a big question क्योंकि शशांक सिंह को टीम में खेल रहे बट उन्होंने अभी तक कुछ किया नहीं है ना बैटिंग आई है ना बॉलिंग आई है खाली फील्डिंग कर रहे हैं ठीक है 2-3 मैच से तो आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाट इज सेविंग हिज स्पॉट इन द 11 as well. So I think like Ryan is saying I think Samal will be backed when Shashank fits but interesting will be कि कौन आता है खेलने अगर शशांक सिंह बाहर जाते हैं कि सुंदर आएंगे कि अब्दुल समद आएंगे that is also a big question.
Yes, that is another point of view. So I think SRH is going well, but I think still have a considerable point to think like every team does. अथर्व तो बहुत खुश होगा यार 10 से ज्यादा रन रेट है but I would like to come to Dinesh as well as Sands, both of you. यार both of you are RR supporters. You know, which bowler do you see can break this partnership? I mean, you clearly need to stop the flow of runs right now. Otherwise, I mean, as big the target is, but KKR are going really well right now. So, what will be your point of view here, or what is your strategy to stop KKR right now?
See, from what
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, what I'm saying is from what I've seen so far in the match, the batting has been absolutely top class. मुझे नहीं लगता कि bowlers have done anything wildly wrong. So I mean, it's up to Sanju Samson now to lift the spirits in the field. They need that one magical moment, probably one miss hit from either of batters. क्योंकि होता क्या है कि when you are in such a good hitting form, you're so confident of clearing every ball, and there comes that one odd miss hit. वहां पर chance बन सकता है. So that is one thing that I'm seeing at this. Otherwise, the pitch has nothing much to offer anything for the bowlers. It's like it's a proper belter of a wicket. क्योंकि बहुत ही आसानी से मतलब runs बन रहे हैं and I had a feeling कि despite RR scoring 217, maybe it's going to be a touch considering the dimensions of the ground, considering the pitch, and considering the lack of firepower in RR's bowling with Trent Bolt missing out. तो ये तीनों चीजों को अगर हम मिलाकर देखें तो थोड़ा ऐसे कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन है बट इट्स नॉट समथिंग व्हिच गिव्स यू एन एश्योरेंस. तो उस बेसिस पर देखा जाए तो नाउ आरआर हैव टू रियली लिफ्ट अप देयर स्पिरिट्स इन द फील्ड, मेक श्योर दैट दे डोंट गिव अ सिक्स हिटिंग बॉल, डोंट बॉल एनीथिंग इन आर्क. अगर एक दो बाउंड्रीज आ रहे हैं इट्स फाइन, स्ट्राइक रोटेट हो रहा है इट्स फाइन, but do not bowl anything in slot which goes out of the park because Finch is in really good hitting form. मतलब जो उनके आर्क में आ रहा है वो बॉल जा रहा है बाहर. तो these are the things maybe they can focus on. The match is still in balance. ऐसा नहीं कि
well, Finch out is what Ryan is saying. So Finch is.
I told you guys not to jinx it. अरे मोहित कमेंट में बोल दिया that Finch is going to score a century. मोहित बरारिया कमेंट में कह दिया Finch is going to score a century.
But Mohit is not a jinxer, yaar. I mean, Mohit is not a jinxer. I think this is.
I would like to say Finch ने actually अपना काम कर दिया है. He has done more than what's expected of him. and now
Yeah.
it's up to the rest of the batters to cash on it.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
it's
And
As
again,
fans, we are
kudos to
always
our
greedy,
viewers.
right? Fans are always
well, it's
greedy. We
going
don't
to
want to see this person to get out.
it's going to be an
Yeah,
interesting battle. How Nitish Rana is going to bat against Chahal. That's the interesting matchup
yes,
that I want to see. Nitish Rana
exactly,
against
exactly.
Chahal,
And
and
kudos to our
Chahal will
viewers
not be the
again.
only person.
कुडोस टू आवर व्यूअर्स अगेन बिकॉज हम लोग को फिंच आउट होने का अपडेट 10 सेकंड पहले मिल गया इवन देन हॉटस्टार सो ग्रेट जॉब आई थिंक आई हैव ऑलवेज सेड हम लोग के व्यूअर्स ज्यादा फास्ट है हॉटस्टार से तो आई थिंक वी आर रियली प्राउड ऑफ दैट दिनेश यू कैन कंटिन्यू आई जस्ट वांट टू आस्क यू अबाउट one more thing before I go to Atharva about Finch's dismissal but I just want to ask you one thing that in the game of RCB versus CSK we all saw how RCB missed the services of Harshal Patel. Do you think something similar happening with Trent Bolt and Rajasthan Royals at this point of time? Are you missing Trent Bolt a bit too much here?
Uh, I agree to this actually because Trent Bolt is someone who's actually gluing things together. He's actually
Yeah,
that binding force for RR. So I mean, we all have seen what happened in the last match. Trent Bolt missing out in the last match made a huge difference. And
yeah,
I mean, what happens here is the vulnerability is actually mounting high, and you are pushed to a situation where someone like a Riyan Parag is forced to deliver an over or a couple of overs, which goes for plenty like 10 or 11 or 12 runs and over. And
yeah,
he goes, I mean, he just picks a wicket, but that doesn't matter. I mean, the damage is already done when Riyan Parag comes in. So when Trent Bolt is missing, it's not just we are actually missing the service of Trent Bolt, but he's actually pushing. I mean, the management is actually being pushed to a situation where you are desperately looking for a sixth bowler, and you will end up with no other option than to try a Riyan Parag with the sixth over, and he goes for plenty. And that's been the
yeah.
story of RR. Cannot agree more to what you said. Trent Bolt is actually that binding force who holds the bowling together for RR.
Well, 100%.
Yeah,
And the
but
way he starts, I think that's more important because it's really difficult for the batsman to judge which ball is coming into you and which ball is leaving you with the angle that he creates from over the wicket. So, yeah, Abhinav, you can go on. यार अथर्व को केकेआर के बारे में पूछ रहे थे अथर्व गायब ही हो गया यार फिंच के आउट हो गया अथर्व भी आउट हो गया शायद
yeah, but the thing is कि this is now KKR's game to be honest. अभी यहाँ से अगर KKR हारती है then it is कि यार इतने अच्छे पोजीशन से आके आप कैसे मैच दे सकते हो because 10 overs 105 on this Brabourne pitch with so much dew I think it's very easy task and with Andre Russell, Pat Cummins, Nitish Rana, Shreyas Iyer, Venkatesh Iyer all of these guys have to bat yet so I think this is KKR's game for sure and Shreyas Iyer is playing a very
Abhinav,
good innings I think क्या बोल रहा
we
है
have lost matches from point no team loses. So we have been there and we have lost matches from a point
यार
which
भाई
from
थोड़ा
which no
थोड़ा तो
team
कॉन्फिडेंस
loses.
दिखा अपनी टीम में थोड़ा तो कॉन्फिडेंस दिखा भाई
Yeah,
मैं तो केकेआर का सपोर्टर भी नहीं हूँ फिर भी अभी ये एज
confidence
ए न्यूट्रल
है
फैन एज
confidence है but
अथर्व
there's
अथर्व
always that one person.
अथर्व
Yeah,
कॉन्फिडेंस कम फिलहाल मेरा और अभिनव का होना चाहिए सिर्फ बाकी किसी का नहीं
नहीं मेरा
अरे
तो
तो
सातवें
मुंबई
आसमान मेरे
फैंस
कॉन्फिडेंस तो
थे
मेरी
तो
बात
क्या
मत
ही बोलोगे यार.
कर मेरी बात मत कर तू मैं तो बहुत बहुत एकदम आई एकदम बहुत ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस हूँ मेरे को पता है मुंबई लास्ट फिनिश ऐड करने वाली है सर तो आई थिंक रायन इज आस्किंग विल गुजरात टाइटंस एंड एलएसजी बोथ क्वालिफाई फॉर प्लेऑफ यस simple answer I think they both will qualify for the playoffs and I think
Agreed.
SRH will also qualify Ryan don't worry मेरे को लग रहा है SRH भी qualify करने वाली है इस बार
क्या बात है
नहीं चाहिए यार.
आई थिंक द फोर्थ टीम जो रहेगी ना वो ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग है मेरे को लग रहा है पंजाब में जाते जाते मेरे को लग रहा है लास्ट में कुछ तो झोल हो जाएगा पंजाब के साथ बिकॉज आई डोंट लाइक द अप्रोच विद विच दे आर प्लेइंग क्रिकेट राइट नाउ ठीक है क्योंकि जो कल वाली जो पिच थी दिस दैट वाज वेरी स्लो एंड द कमेंटेटर्स वर टॉकिंग कि यार ऐसा अप्रोच ये पिच पे तो नहीं चलता एंड लिटरली दे वर लाइक यार 150 रन पे सारे निपट गए यस उमरान मलिक was on a different bowling on a different wicket yesterday but ऐसा उनके जहाँ पे बॉल रुक के आ रहा है फंस के आ रहा है they'll find it very hard to hit every ball क्योंकि ये प्लान यस पुणे जैसे पिचेस जहाँ पे बॉल बहुत तेज आती है जैसे अब रेबोन पे आ गई तो बहुत तेज आती है यहाँ पे चल जाएगा बट डीवाई पाटिल जैसे स्लो पिचेस पे आई थिंक पंजाब विल फाइंड इट वेरी टफ टू विन गेम्स
यस
जो नई
I do
क्वालिफाई करेगी
agree.
वो भी बता सकता हूँ मैं, जो नई क्वालिफाई करेगी उसमें दो टीम तो है, एक मुंबई एक चेन्नई है, दो टीम तो बिल्कुल नहीं क्वालिफाई करने वाली है, ठीक है
But yeah, I think
तो
Ryan asked a very interesting question. तो सबसे पूछ लेते हैं. Even I agree that Gujarat and Lucknow both will qualify because the kind of cricket they are playing is really impressive. Atharva, Sands, Dinesh, even you can tell if what you think about these two teams right now and their chances of qualifying.
Pretty
Well,
much
IPL
on
is
track.
pretty unpredictable. Okay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Then continue, Dinesh.
I think these teams are pretty much on track. I mean, it isn't a surprise for me to see new teams performing well because I've seen in the recent past where Gujarat Lions and Rising Pune Super Giants were actually on track when they actually began as new franchises. Gujarat Lions, I seriously remember they started with a bang, with just going against every team, but somehow they lost the track, they lost the plot. Suresh Raina was actually leading. And they suddenly lost the track, lost the plot, and nobody knew what went wrong from being a very successful team. Halfway through, they were the team. I mean, they were a bunch of players where they were top. They were at the top of the table, and all of a sudden they lost the track. And that's what new franchises without any experience and without without, I mean, with captain with no prior experience are actually prone to succumb to the pressure and to falter. I mean, that might happen. We have seen that happening with Suresh Raina back when he was leading the Gujarat Lions. Whereas the same team, I mean, the other hand, Rising Pune Super Giants under Dhoni was actually faltering as well. The new franchise, because it was a new combination, they actually faltered. But the very next season, they actually bounced back. The reason why I'm pointing these both teams, Rising Pune Super Giants and Gujarat Lions, is the reason that I'm seeing Gujarat Titans and Lucknow the same way how I have actually seen these both teams. So it is all about how you finish the league stage, and obviously they have begun so well. It's really important to keep up the momentum, and the reason why I say that is the combination is new. It's a new franchise, new team, and pretty much new captains apart from KL Rahul, who has not been so much successful, be it with international standards captaincy or in the captaincy of Punjab Kings. So it's really tough for these. I mean, it's really tough for us to predict this soon at a very earlier stage, or at least before the halfway through, to predict this team. But these teams are in track. They're most likely to crack to the playoffs. But let's hope that a last minute shock or last minute faltering is not going to happen for these two teams.
Yes, that's very well analyzed as well as answered. Atharva, Sands, you can give your opinions about Lucknow and GT as well. Abhinav, just एक बार score update बता दे यार. What's the score currently?
Yeah, 11 overs, 123 for 2, 95 required of 54 balls. Still KKR's game, I believe.
Yes.
Until and unless one bowler, अभी एक wicket भी नहीं. I think it's one brings two वाला scene है for Rajasthan, because they need two quick wickets just to slow down the run rate. क्योंकि एक wicket जाएगा, they are still going to go after runs. क्योंकि Shreyas Iyer is the main wicket here for Rajasthan Royals, not Nitish Rana in my opinion. जितना जल्दी वो एंडर रसल को अंदर ला सकते हैं, that is better for RR in my opinion, क्योंकि जितना जल्दी वो आएंगे, the target will be much bigger compared to when he comes later in the innings. So I think 10 ball में 25 सीजन बना रहे हैं, at that time Andre Russell comes, it's KKR's game. Right now if he comes in कि यार they still need more than 90, he'll have to settle, take his time. So I think right now getting Shreyas Iyer out is the first task for Rajasthan Royals.
Correct. That's true. Sands, Atharva, you can go ahead with SRH and Lucknow. Yaar, just a short answer. Do you think whether they'll qualify or not?
Just a second. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. Video
Yeah.
freeze हो गया है, but you're audible.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, थोड़ा network का issue होता है. So I see. Yeah, so basically IPL is pretty unpredictable. Okay, and it's not even the halfway stage, so it's going to be difficult for me to predict the top four. However, I believe in the Lucknow team. Okay, right after the auctions, I've always said that Lucknow is the most balanced side out of all 10 sides. Lucknow is the most balanced side, so I do have faith in Lucknow team. And forget about top four. I think Lucknow will be either the first or the second team on in the points table. Gujarat team,
Okay.
even though it's performing brilliantly, I feel Gujarat team do have weaknesses, okay, and they have evident weaknesses. Like I've seen in the last match as well, okay. David Miller out of nowhere performed with Rashid Khan, and that was a brilliant innings. But Gujarat batting lineup, especially without Hardik Pandya, is very, very
Yeah, I think there's some problem with Atharva's network, but yeah, Sans, you can go ahead. Whether you think LSG and GT will qualify for this season's playoffs or not.
ऑफ डाउट, क्योंकि मैं देखना चाहता था कि मतलब लास्ट मैच तक क्या होता है, बट द वे दे हैव बीन विनिंग गेम्स, मतलब आउट ऑफ नोवेयर, एंड दे हैव डन इट टाइम एंड अगेन, तो उनका मेरे को लगता है कि दे हैव श्योरली सील्ड द स्पॉट. Lucknow, there are still, I believe there are still holes which other team can cash in. It's a very good side, it's a brilliant side, लेकिन लखनऊ का भी वो सीन हुआ है like every other IPL franchise की, मतलब एक मैच में एक ओवर का मिस कैलकुलेशन या फिर एक बैड सिलेक्शन, बैड कॉल. The one against Rajasthan Royals where Gotham was sent at number 3 against a
Yeah.
moving ball of Trent Bolt. अगर ऐसा कुछ होता है तो उनके chances हैम्पर होते हैं, but if they go like how they're going right now, I think it shouldn't be much of a problem for either
Yeah.
of the sides. But Gujarat
Exactly. Yeah.
Titans do have a brighter chance.
Oh, yeah. That's actually true. अभिनव, मेरे को ना अथर्व कैसे दिख रहा है मालूम है? वो एनडीटीवी पे बात करते हैं तभी वो फोटो आ जाती है ना, सिर्फ जो बात कर रहा है उसकी, और पीछे से आवाज आता है. वैसे 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 मेरे को अथर्व लग रहा है. अभी फोटो फ्रीज हो चुकी है बट उसका आवाज आ रहा था. So I think yeah, he's out for the moment. But yeah,
Yeah, but
SRH has variety in their pace bowling. Bhuvi, Nattu, Umran, and Marco Jensen as well. Yeah, so SRH, as we discussed, pretty good team. अभिनव बता चुके हैं कि they have a very bright chance. So yeah, अभिनव बोल रहा था कुछ.
मैं ये बोल रहा था, आई थिंक लखनऊ लुक्स अ वेरी वेरी सेटल्ड साइड इन माय ओपिनियन. मतलब कुछ उनके
Yeah,
पास ना लाइक टू लाइक रिप्लेसमेंट अगर कोई टीम के पास सबसे ज्यादा है ना, ऐसा नहीं कि 11 के 11 रिप्लेसमेंट, बट लाइक टू लाइक रिप्लेसमेंट विच इफ समवन हैज, आई थिंक लखनऊ इज दैट टीम. गौतम जाता है, हुडा आता है, हुडा जाता है, गौतम. आई थिंक दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ दीज होल्स फिल्ड प्रॉपर्ली. यस, डेप्थ इतनी नहीं स्क्वाड में, बट आई थिंक दे डोंट नीड दैट डेप्थ एज वेल, क्योंकि जब भी वो प्लेइंग 11 खेलते हैं तो आई थिंक देयर इज अराउंड 8 बॉलर्स हु कैन बॉल. ठीक है, मनीष पांडे गए थे,
yeah.
स्टिल दे हैड 7 ऑप्शंस. तो आई थिंक this is what
Wow.
Lucknow will be, making. This will be advantage moving later in the tournament जब थोड़ी सी pitches slow हो जाएंगी. ठीक है, yes,
Yeah.
अभी we are still yet to reach the halfway point, but I think Lucknow have the most settled lineup along with Gujarat Titans.
Yes,
Guys,
100%.
if you can excuse me, can I take a little break and be back?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, 100%. Yeah. यार अथर्व आ तो गया है. अथर्व का स्क्रीन ब्लैक है यार. अथर्व दिख नहीं रहा है. पर यार रयन सही बता रहे हैं एसआरएच के बॉलिंग लाइनअप के बारे में. अभिनव जस्ट एक बार स्कोर अपडेट दे देता.
134 for 212 overs. SRH ने सॉरी राजस्थान रॉयल्स ने रिव्यू लिया है फॉर एन एलबीडब्ल्यू इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, कि नीतीश राणा लुक्स लाइक कुछ तो इट्स नॉट आउट, बट स्टिल देखते हैं व्हाट इज द वर्डिक्ट.
Okay. I think if out हुआ तो it will be a really big wicket.
No, it's not out.
Or
It's not out. I don't think so. It's out.
it's
It's
not
going
out.
down the leg in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I think yeah, big relief for KKR and some disappointment for Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah.
Stan?
Right.
बहुत ज्यादा. I mean, it's been the same story यार. मतलब राजस्थान रॉयल्स का अगर आप मतलब इवन इफ यू लुक एट द प्रीवियस सीजंस, वो लोग जब भी वो उनको क्या हो जाता है, दे जस्ट स्टार्ट लीकिंग रन्स मैन. तो मतलब आई मीन आई डोंट वांट टू बी टू हार्श, बिकॉज़ मैं जानता हूं कि मतलब इट्स इजियर सेड देन डन. यहाँ पर बैठकर बोलना आसान होता है, बट एज फैंस एट
Yeah.
टाइम्स इट कैन बी रियली फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग, क्योंकि इतना अच्छा साइड खड़ा किया है. अब तो हम ओनर को भी नहीं बोल सकते. पहले बोलते थे कि मतलब क्या टीम खड़ा कर रहे हैं, अभी तो ओनर ने टीम भी अच्छा खड़ा किया है. सो आई मीन इट्स रियली फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग. I still have my hopes, but as Abhinav said, if I have to look things practically, it is actually KKR's game to lose from here now. मतलब जो जिस
Yes.
लेवल पे
Yeah.
श्रेयस अय्यर बैटिंग कर रहा है, the way he is holding the game together and the way he is calculating this chase, मतलब आप देखो पिछले 3-4 ओवर से रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट 10.5 है. वो ऊपर भी नहीं जा रहा, वो नीचे भी नहीं जा रहा. ही इज मेकिंग श्योर दैट द गेम स्टेज इन बैलेंस. मतलब रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट ऊपर ना जाए. देयर इज वन ऑड बाउंड्री कमिंग, देयर इज वन ऑड सिक्स कमिंग. तो मतलब ब्रिलियंट बैटिंग फ्रॉम श्रेयस अय्यर सो फार एज अ कैप्टन, क्योंकि उनको भी
Yes.
चाहिए था द वे दे हैव लॉस्ट प्रीवियस मैचेस. तो आरआर इज रियली हैम्परिंग देयर चांसेस. मतलब अगर आप ऐसे मैचेस हारोगे, देन you're really spoiling your chances of qualifying for playoffs. I personally believe जो आरसीबी वाला मैच भी था वो हमारे झोली में था. I know it was DK's brilliance that day that got RCB over the line.
Yeah.
लेकिन जिस पोजीशन में वो लोग थे, we should have won the match. So
100%.
hopefully
100%.
that doesn't happen today. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly. And all RR needs is wickets right now, and wickets at regular intervals is the key. Is what I feel. यार अथर्वा आ रहा है जा रहा है आ रहा है जा रहा है. He's finally back. तो आई थिंक अथर्वा क्यों ऐसे कर रहा है यार? तू मतलब डीआरएस लिया तो टेंशन आ गया तो मतलब ऐसे हो रहा है, या फिर आई मीन हाउ डू यू लुक एट दिस गेम फ्रॉम योर you're on mute, I think.
The
Yeah,
drop
am I
catch.
audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Shimra,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's dropped.
I think MI is not performing well, and I've trolled MI enough, so Ambani might be faltering with my network, Geo network. I feel
Yeah,
that's
that's a
the case. Yeah,
possibility. That's a
yeah.
possibility. That is a big possibility. But from here, how do you look at this game? I think हम लोग believe कर रहे हैं कि it's KKR's game to lose from here. So what do you think about that? यार आज सबके नेटवर्क को प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है यार. सैंड्स भी गए अभी.
एक हाथ मैच मुंबई को जीतने देना चाहिए. Well,
Yeah,
I
but
do I do back KKR to win this game right now because we have a good batting lineup, and considering we haven't wasted Venkatesh Iyer as an opener, we still have him back in the hut. Okay, so yeah, I do believe KKR chasing this now.
बन जाएंगे आराम से, बन जाएंगे मेरे हिसाब से भी, क्योंकि 7 ओवर में 70 रन ब्रेबोन में वो भी ड्यू पे टाइम पे चेस करना, तो
And
आई
अभी
थिंक
ड्यू आना शुरू हो जाएगा. Currently
आना शुरू हो जाए.
currently they are going
अभी
like 10.5 पे, right? And now the due will start, so
अबे
it's
आना नहीं, अभी जाना शुरू हो जाएगा ड्यू. मतलब मैच लिटरली खत्म होने आ गया. राना आउट हो गया इसी बात पे.
कैच ड्रॉप्ड
7
बाय
ओवर से
हिटमायर. किसका कैच छोड़ा यार?
वो राना के छोड़ा था, बट अभी फिर से आउट हो गया. बटलर ने पकड़ लिया लॉन्ग ऑन पे.
Okay.
148 फॉर 13 ओवर्स. 7 ओवर में 70 चाहिए अभी भी.
Yes.
this is
और
the reason
केकेआर की विकेट जाते ही सैंड्स भाई इज बैक. तो आई थिंक वीडियो अभी भी दिख नहीं रहा है. यस, देयर ही इज. सो सैंड्स यार, नीतीश राणा आउट हो गए और आप वापस आ गए. तो आई थिंक यार ये कोई प्लान तो नहीं चल रहा है आप दोनों का? या आ रहे हो जा रहे हो अपनी टीम के खुशी के हिसाब से?
oh yeah.
सैंड्स भाई को सुनाई नहीं दे रहा शायद. सैंड्स भाई
पता नहीं यार, इंटरनेट और टीम दोनों साथ नहीं दे रही है इस टाइम पर. भी देखना पड़ेगा क्या हो रहा है.
well,
नहीं,
exactly.
बट
I
7
think
ओवर में 70 रन तो भाई बनाना इज वेरी वेरी इजी इन माय ओपिनियन. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि यार टफ रहेगा, क्योंकि दे स्टिल हैव एंड्रे रसल टू बैट. अश्विन का एक और बचा. आई थिंक अश्विन बॉलिंग दैट 1 ओवर टू एंड्रे रसल मेक्स द डिफरेंस. कि रसल को भेज दिया अश्विन के सामने, तो आई
Who has
थिंक
replaced
दैट
Rana?
इज गेम डन.
Who has replaced
पता
Rana?
चलेगा. मेरे हिसाब से तो रसल ही आएंगे मेरे हिसाब से तो.
yeah,
I think
I do
think
agree.
they'll send Venkatesh or Sheldon. They'll save Russell. They'll send
इंटरेस्टिंग.
Venkatesh
मुझे तो नहीं लगता
because
यार.
उनको righty lefty maintain करना रहता है. So I guess they'll send Venkatesh.
भाई अबे शेल्डन जैक्सन भी बचा है यार. मैं
हाँ भाई, either Venkatesh or Sheldon.
Yes. But Sands, do you believe Ashwin bowling to Russell, or I think Venkatesh आ गए तो भी अश्विन को देंगे एक ओवर, simply because he's a lefty? Do you think, basically my question is, do you think Ashwin का एक ओवर will make the difference in this game, or do you still feel that KKR have the brighter chance?
Sands,
Hello?
can you hear us?
यार सैंड्स भाई का नेटवर्क कुछ ज्यादा ही ग्लिच कर रहा है आज. But Tharwa, the same
Hello?
question to
Can you
you.
hear me now?
Do you think Ashwin's one over? Yeah. Sands,
Yeah.
can you hear
यार
us?
ये सभी ने लग रहा है कि जियो का लगा के रखा है, मेरे को लग रहा है
Yes.
ऐसे।
नहीं, अभिनव कुछ पूछ रहे थे, उसके बीच में अटक गया. What was he asking?
Oh, he was asking. Actually, we were asking. Do you think Ashwin's one over is going to make the difference?
Ashwin, more than Ashwin, I feel Chahal का एक over is gonna really make a difference. मुझे
No,
लगता है
I was talking कि मेरे
कि
को
अश्विन को
लगता था कि I think Ashwin to Russell is the big matchup here. If Russell gets those 6 balls of Ashwin, I think that is what the game is all about. Uske baad, I don't see any positive for Rajasthan right now. Yes, like you mentioned, from a wicket taking terms, yes, Chahal over is very very important. If they don't get another wicket from Yuzvendra Chahal in his last over, I think that is going to be big trouble. क्योंकि प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा death overs में बहुत runs concede करते हैं. Obed McCoy is playing his first match and Trent Bolt as well. We have seen him. जितना वो अच्छे पावर प्ले में उतने वो रन्स लीक करते हैं एट द डेड. सो आई थिंक दैट इज वन इशू विद राजस्थान राइट नाउ बिकॉज़ दे आर ओनली 5.
जब से चेज स्टार्ट हुआ है केकेआर का, अपार्ट फ्रॉम द नारायण रन आउट, देयर हैज नो, आई मीन उनके डगआउट में कोई पैनिक नहीं दिखा है अभी तक. इवन टिल दिस पॉइंट, इवन आफ्टर नीतीश राणा गेटिंग आउट, ऐसा लग रहा है कि उनको पता है कि अभी क्या होने वाला है. हाँ, ये सेट है. राणा ने भी आकर 1-2 छक्के मारकर अपना काम कर दिया. तो आई मीन इट माइट लुक 18 रन्स ऑफ 11 बॉल्स, बट उसने जो मोमेंटम उसने बनाया था उस ओवर में, ही हिट अ 6 एंड अ 4 एंड वेंट. तो दैट हेल्प्स. ऐसा नहीं है कि उसने 10 बॉल में 4 रन बना के वो आउट हुआ. तो अनलेस आरआर कीप्स पिकिंग अप विकेट, मतलब I don't see anything happen, क्योंकि बॉलर्स पिट रहे हैं यार. मतलब I am not seeing a single bowler जहां पर मेरे को दिख रहा है कि ये शायद रन रोक लेगा, क्योंकि ग्राउंड ऐसा है, पिच ऐसा है, द डायमेंशन the ball, and if you hit it half decent, you're going to clear the ground. So it's that sort of a ground. We saw other day how Rashid batted. मतलब वो तो हाफ हेलीकॉप्टर शॉट मार रहा था एंड वो 10 रो 12 रो स्टैंड्स में जाके गिर रहा था. So I mean it's that sort of a ground, but as I said earlier, RR will need some brilliance in field, and KKR will need to keep doing what they're doing. कुछ ऊपर
Russell
से
is gone first ball. Brilliant carom ball by Ravichandran Ashwin there. What a
Russell
delivery.
shouldn't have
Wow.
come in right now. यही तो मैं कह रहा था, Russell shouldn't have come in right now. This was the perfect time for someone like a Venkatesh.
Wow, I think this makes the game much more interesting, if not anything. So, Sands,
Now it's
perfect
Ara's
moment.
game. Now it is Ara's game for sure. This is Ara's game because they keep Shreyas Iyer quiet at one end. They just keep on bowling to Sheldon Jackson, Venkatesh Iyer at the other end. That is what the game plan should be right now. And Ashwin is very very happy. मैं ना मतलब बहुत सरप्राइज हूँ कि पेटीएम फेयर प्ले अवार्ड में हाउ इज राजस्थान एट द टॉप. ठीक है, क्योंकि वो प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा ने अच्छा सेंड ऑफ दिया एरन फिंच को, अभी अश्विन ने भी दिया. तो आई थिंक पूरे I don't know कि कैसे these guys are on top of the Paytm fair play
अश्विन
award.
अश्विन ने तिलक वर्मा को भी दिया था यार.
I think अभिनव जो अभी फेयर प्ले अवार्ड का जो पॉइंट्स टैली दिखाया था, इट वाज बिफोर टुडेज गेम्स. तो शायद मतलब मे बी वी विल सी द अपडेट इन द नेक्स्ट मैच.
Yeah, maybe we'll just turn the table upside down इसके बाद तो.
जैसे पॉइंट्स टेबल का हो गया है.
बिकॉज सेंड ऑफ के लिए पॉइंट्स कटता है. मैंने सुना है कि इफ यू गिव अ बैट्समैन सेंड ऑफ, नो मैटर हाउ एग्रेसिव और हाउ डिसेंट इनफ सेंड ऑफ इट इज, सेंड ऑफ अगर दिया तो इट्स अ डीमेरिट पॉइंट. तो अगर वो हुआ है तो देन डेफिनेटली इट विल.
बट आई थिंक थैंक्स टू सम एक्सटेंट यार अश्विन वोंट केयर यार. मतलब
नहीं, मैं यही बोलने वाला
सेंड
था.
ऑफ का पॉइंट कट एंड ऑल,
हु
आई
केयर्स
डोंट
अबाउट फेयर प्ले अवार्ड? किसी को चाहिए ही नहीं, तुम रख लो फेयर प्ले.
यार मुंबई फर्स्ट है ना उसमें.
सेकंड
फर्क नहीं पड़ता. बट
अच्छा,
अभी पता
उसमें भी सेकंड है.
150 for 4, 13.5 overs, 68 needed of 37 balls. Venkatesh Iyer आया बैटिंग करा. I think this innings is very very important for Venkatesh Iyer, not just for his own confidence but also कि यार टीम में जगह बना के रखनी है अपने, क्योंकि अपन भी रिटेन प्लेयर है. Yes, Varun Chakravarti is struggling a lot, and Venkatesh Iyer has been struggling a lot opening the innings. अभी नीचे बैटिंग करने आया है, 6 नंबर बैटिंग करने आया है, तो आई थिंक वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि यार ये बंदा यहाँ से मैच खत्म करे फॉर केकेआर, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अनदर फेलियर देन इट्स
I
लाइक
want to
कि
ask
कहाँ
something to
खेलेगा.
Atharva.
Yeah, sure.
अथर्व, मुझे ये पूछना है कि आपको लगता है कि वेंकटेश अय्यर को मतलब ये नीचे डिमोट करने का वन ऑफ द रीजंस इज लुकिंग एट हिज brighter prospect of securing his spot in Indian team as well, because Hardik Pandya has come back really well, or it looks like he might straight away walk in the team, which I personally don't agree with, because Venkatesh Iyer ने बहुत अच्छा किया है यार, जितना चांस उसको मिला है उसने he has shown that he is an international material, मतलब वो हैंडल कर सकता है इंटरनेशनल
Right.
प्रेशर. So I don't know if it's KKR's decision to send him lower down the order only for this match, or maybe we would see him in future matches as well.
Well, the major reason that KKR has, demoted Venkatesh Iyer in the batting order is basically because he has flopped at the top order, right? It's not because from Indian cricket team's point of view, no franchise is this selfless that they'll compromise their batting order just to look at the Indian cricket team's point of view. So Venkatesh Iyer, they have given him like 6 opportunities at the top order. He's failed in all of them. Like five out of 6 opportunities he has failed. So they have thought, let's try Venkatesh Iyer at the number 5, number 6 position where he has played. Okay, where he has played at the India level. So yeah, this was purely a selfish motive from the franchise. Selfish as in self-concerned motive. उसका और कोई अल्टीरियर मोटिव नहीं था कि इंडियन टीम के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से या फिर वेंकटेश के खुद के करियर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. ये प्योरली उनके टीम के परफॉर्मेंस के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, उनके टीम के सक्सेस के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू.
या बट पता है क्या, एक मुंबई इंडियंस भी ना सूर्य कुमार यादव को 5 नंबर पे खिला रही है, ठीक है. एज मच एज ऑल द प्लेयर्स वांट सूर्य कुमार यादव टू प्ले एट नंबर 3, जो कि वो कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. या बट ही इज बैटिंग एट नंबर 5, तो आई थिंक सम थिंकिंग इज गिवन टू दैट एज वेल कि यार आगे अभी जो भी टूर्नामेंट्स खेलने वाले हैं, वेयर विल सूर्य बैट फॉर द नेशनल साइड एज वेल. तो आई थिंक दैट इज वन ऑफ द थिंग्स व्हिच एमआई इज कंसीडरिंग. आई डोंट नो व्हाट अबाउट केकेआर, क्योंकि 6 ओवर 66 रन्स नीडेड, 11 का रन रेट है, 152 फॉर 14 overs. I think this is the Rajasthan Royals game. 1 wicket here, and they have these 2 points in their bag. Yes, हम बोल सकते हैं पैट कमिंस ने बहुत अच्छा खेला था मुंबई के अगेंस्ट, but let's be honest, उसके बाद से कुछ नहीं किया पैट कमिंस ने, ठीक है.
Exactly यार, जब नहीं खेलना था तभी खेल गया यार, क्या बताए.
Yeah. And Sai has a very interesting question here. Who do you think is a complete batsman, Hetmeyer or Pooran? Well, if you ask me, I think it is Shimron Hetmeyer. Only because Nicholas Pooran has not played any first class game, and Pooran को देख के ही लगता है कि वो T20 का प्लेयर है, ठीक है. Wherever he goes around the globe, एक वीडियो है YouTube पे, where a guy explains about Nicholas Pooran's T20 career. पहले तो 2016 तक तो he was not ready to play cricket only, ऐसा कुछ तो उसका कुछ एक्सीडेंट वगैरह हो गया था, I read it somewhere. So I think उसके बाद से he kind of got paralyzed a part of his body, so I think उसके बाद से he came back, and then Bangladesh Premier League में he hasn't played any first class cricket to Nicholas Pooran, and उसके बाद he came back and with some controversy, यानी मतलब कि बांग्लादेश प्रीमियर लीग खेलने चले गए, एंड देन द वेस्ट इंडीज क्रिकेट बोर्ड बैंड हिम, ठीक है. एंड देन आफ्टर दैट पोलार्ड, ब्रावो, ऑल दीस ट्रिनिडाड गाइज, दे वर लाइक कि यार तू वही कर जो हम करते हैं, जस्ट गो अराउंड एंड प्ले फ्रेंचाइज क्रिकेट इन डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द ग्लोब, एंड फिर वही कर रहे हो, एंड नाउ वी नो कि हर ऑप्शन में इतना प्राइस क्यों मिल रहा है बंदे को. I think pretty much set है यार बंदा, but if you ask me who's a complete batsman, I would say Hetmeyer, because ODI maybe he has performed. Yeah,
100%. Even I do agree. Shimron Hetmeyer is the more complete batsman in terms of all the formats considered. I think Test match में तो नहीं खेल रहे, but I think in white ball cricket, even if we consider Shimron Hetmeyer is a more complete batsman. यार अभिनव, last 6 overs के लिए I would really leave it to you. मैं leave करता हूँ अभी. I hope that यार Sands और अथर्व का network doesn't glitch. I will keep watching on YouTube obviously, or if some network glitch happens, I will certainly join back. But till then, you guys continue. Have a great game, Atharva Sands.
Bye, Amok.
I think it is
Good
going
night.
to be a great game. It is going to be a great game.
Yeah. certainly.
बिकॉज संजू सैमसन ने कैच ड्रॉप कर दिया, बहुत ही इजी कैच ड्रॉप कर दिया श्रेयस
श्रेयस
अय्यर
अय्यर
का.
का
Yeah, so I think this was the game for Rajasthan Royals. ये पकड़ लेते, so I think they were easily 2 points in the back क्योंकि Russell is gone. You cannot rely on Venkatesh Iyer to score 60 odd runs in the last 5 overs. So
Cummins
this
has also
inning,
not been
yeah.
in the greatest of forms till now.
Yeah.
This
So
inning
yeah,
is
very
also
very
very important. Yeah, this inning is also very important for Shreyas here from the Indian team's point of view because the kind of form Surya Kumar Yadav is in, I don't think Shreyas here can straight away walk into the playing 11. He has to
yeah
make a case for himself because
yeah.
Rohit, Rahul, Virat, Rishabh Pant, and Surya, these five are like fixed in the playing 11, right? So
no,
Shreyas here has
one guy out there is not fixed. Okay, Rishabh
Rishabh
Pant
Pant,
for
right?
me
I know,
right now.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
ठीक
not a
है.
big fan of Rishabh Pant, but
No,
I
the
think
Indian
but
I
army.
but
think I think
Abhinav,
Atharva.
let's be
I
honest.
think
Let's
the
be
kind
honest
of
and let's be,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think the kind of form Dinesh Karthik is showing, I think Rishabh
yeah.
Pant's place is highly at risk right now. But yeah, let's see, let's see. I'll
But
leave it to
yeah,
you guys for now. I'll take a leave. Abhinav, over to you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
All the best,
bye
Sands,
Abhinav.
Atharva for the game. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
Sands.
you.
Sands, what are you mentioning, Sands? Sands,
मैनेजमेंट
you were
has
saying something.
invested a lot on ऋषभ पंत, तो वो
Yeah,
मतलब उसको इतने
they have backed
ऋषभ
him a lot.
पंत, yeah, जब ऋषभ पंत was dropped from ODI and T20Is, he was still playing in test side. तो मतलब ऋषभ पंत had the luxury of regaining his form in the test format. If you remember the 2020 Australia series where
Yeah.
ऋषभ पंत rose from ashes, वहां पर भी उनको T20 साइड में नहीं लिया था, उनको ODI
Right,
साइड में नहीं
right.
लिया था. He was taken in the test team. And it was obvious with Ridhiman Saha being injured, Rishabh Pant would be a straight walking the test 11. तो वहां पर उनको एक मौका मिला प्रूव करने का of playing all three formats, which unfortunately a lot of players don't have. Like for example, someone like an Ishan Kishan or a KS Bharat, जो
Yeah,
जिनका domestic record, if you see the recent domestic record, it's been really fantastic. And from three four international tours, he's been going with the team. लेकिन उनको playing 11 में मौका मिल ही नहीं रहा है. तो
You know
I
what?
don't know how to. Yeah.
You know what? The thing is, मेरे हिसाब से ना ईशान किशन and Rishabh Pant, these two guys are in the same boat. Okay, yes, the management has backed Rishabh Pant a lot, but अभी अगर कोई player है ना in this T20 Indian circuit wicket keeper batsman who I want to be in my playing 11 is Dinesh Karthik. Okay, because that man is batting at a different level. Yes, a lot of players want to bat higher up the order, for any side they play. But अगर दिनेश कार्तिक को ये सवाल पूछेंगे ना कि यार आप किधर बैटिंग करना चाहोगे, he'll be like भाई मैं फिनिशर करूंगा, आप कितने भी विकेट जाने दो, मेरे को फिनिशिंग करने दो. ठीक है, and this is what is happening with RCB.
Yeah,
last तीन
referring to
over दे दो
Dinesh.
मेरे को.
Yeah, referring to Dinesh Karthik, I would like to point out something from 2016 World
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah.
2016 वर्ल्ड कप में जब स्क्वाड सिलेक्शन हो रहा था ना, देयर वाज वन नेम व्हिच केम आउट इन द टीम एंड जो इंडियन क्रिकेट फैंस थे उनको काफी खुशी हुई. दैट नेम वाज आशीष नेहरा. द गाय मेड अ कमबैक आफ्टर सो लॉन्ग एंड he had an outstanding IPL that year for Chennai
But
Super Kings.
right, right, wonderful season.
Yes, and the selectors took that brave call कि नहीं हम इसको back करेंगे. And he did a decent job. He was not a bad bowler in the tournament at all. तो मैं चाहता हूँ
Yeah.
कि selectors दिनेश कार्तिक के केस में भी ऐसा कुछ सोचें. Think out of the box. The guy is smashing bowlers for fun. He's picking his spots beautifully. मतलब he's a 360 degree player. ऐसा T20 finisher अभी नहीं है आपके पास इंडिया में
Yeah.
जो मतलब इतना कॉन्फिडेंस दे रहा है आपको. आई मीन लुक एट द गाय मैन. वो आता है, वो मैच बनाता है, उसको पता है कि मैं कौन से बॉलर को कब कहाँ अटैक करूं. He looks in
Yeah.
complete control, and I think we should definitely take him to Australia. And I see him in my playing 11, dude. I don't know
Yeah,
about
that's
you.
the thing. Right now, if you see us my playing 11 now, I'll play Shreyas at 4, Surya at 5, Hardik, Dinesh Karthik at 6, and Hardik Pandya at 7. Okay, so that gives me 6 bowling options already, and then the 4, 5 whoever the bowlers are. So I think मेरे हिसाब से whenever I see Dinesh Karthik at Australia, I remember that one innings he played again alongside Virat Kohli. during the third T20 when we last toured there. ठीक है? So I think that man hit some 102-meter six or something to Andrew Ty or someone like that over deep square leg. And I was like, यार ये बंदे में अभी भी जान है, क्यों टाइम पास कर रहे हैं, क्यों मस्ती कर रहे हैं कमेंट्री बॉक्स में, I still don't know. That man literally gets into the Indian 11 directly right now based on the form of other wicketkeeper batsmen in India. ठीक है? So I think
but
like
Abhinav, that's been the story of Dinesh Karthik's career.
Exactly,
मतलब
that's what I was
वो
going to say. Yeah.
he has had to earn his spot every single time whenever he has to come to the team. I mean, he has to
but
score.
And he has been
Yeah.
unfortunate as well. He had to struggle a lot to get his, to make his spot in the playing 11. And as soon as he used to get a spot in the playing 11, like in the 2019 World Cup as well, he used to go out of form, man. And some other player at the same time used to come into form. If you remember 2019 World Cup, he was in the playing 11. He was in the
yeah.
semi-finals. जो हम लोग हारे थे.
But
So,
पता है
but
क्या
at the
नहीं,
same
पता है क्या
time,
बात
there
क्या
was,
है? I see जितना backing the management has invested in Rishabh Pant, I think just
कार्तिक को नहीं
थोड़ा सा
दिया.
just
कार्तिक
go
को
out
नहीं.
of the box. Just go. खाली कार्तिक की बात नहीं. I don't think many players have got that backing from the team management
Agree.
comparatively, which is considered to Rishabh Pant. ठीक है? उसके अलावा I don't think there are players who have इतना परफॉर्म करने के बाद भी literally ask कि यार ये तो इसको टीम से बाहर निकालो. But with Rishabh Pant, even though he asked that ये टीम में नहीं रहना चाहिए, he is definitely going to be in the team for the next tour. ठीक है? तो I think that is the thing which concerns me a lot. I think Dinesh Karthik deserves to go for the next India tour, whichever is happening for the T20 series or something like that. I think big decision, but one which I will definitely take if I am an Indian selector, because ये decision जैसे सैंड्स ने बताया कि आशीष नेहरा का decision था, then during the 2011 World Cup, there was Munaf Patel, if I'm not wrong, ठीक है, who was selected in the team as well, and he picked up some crucial wickets in that tournament as well. So I think age should not be a barrier right now. Even if MS was doing well, if he was playing just like Dinesh Karthik, I would have literally said, "यार MS को वापस team में लेकर आ जाओ," because right now
I think
the priority should
we
be.
will get a clear picture. अभी ना मुझे लगता है IPL के बाद जो सीरीज आने, we have a lot of good competitive series
Yeah,
coming up. There's an England tour.
right.
So if Dinesh Karthik gets selected in one of the tours, मैं बोल रहा हूँ अगर if Dinesh Karthik is there in the Ireland squad, जो एक टीम
Yeah.
आयरलैंड भी जा रहा है 2 T20 खेलने के लिए, it's a
Yeah.
good sign. तो वहां पर अगर दिनेश कार्तिक का नाम नहीं आता है, आई थिंक
Then
इट्स
that answers
कर्टन्स
the
फॉर
question.
दिनेश
Yeah.
कार्तिक. मतलब
Yeah.
then there is no question of him coming back because there is an ईशान किशन. तो मतलब ईशान किशन को भी बहुत स्ट्रांगली देखा जा रहा है. we are forgetting about ईशान किशन because MI has not been able to do well, but ईशान किशन also is someone that team management is really investing upon, and last 2-3 months I would say कि संजू सैमसन के ऊपर भी उनका नजर जा रहा है, जिस तरह से रोहित शर्मा बात कर रहे हैं. So as a viewer we don't have a clue कि हो क्या रहा है. Are they going is Dinesh Karthik going to come back out of a blue और मतलब we don't have any idea. तो आने वाले जो टूर्स में है आई थिंक वी विल गेट थोड़ा एक पिक्चर क्लियर हो जाएगा कि what are the 2025 probables that we are going to see in
Yeah.
upcoming World Cup. क्योंकि आईपीएल से पहले काफी लोग मोहम्मद शमी के लिए भी बोल रहे थे कि मतलब आई डोंट सी हिम इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्ल्ड कप. मतलब मैं खुद भी था उसमें, but the way he's bowling for Gujarat Titans, I mean, it's making selectors' job really hard. एक तो वो स्विंग भी
Yeah.
करता है, पेस भी है, ऊपर से विकेट्स भी ले रहा है. So
Yeah.
it's a tough job. It's a tough job for them. तो
You
मुझे
know,
लगता है अगर दीपक चहर नहीं होता है, then मोहम्मद शमी would be a straight walk.
but then do you play Mohammad Shami, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and one more, and Jasprit Bumrah in the same 11? Because we need Harshal Patel as well. Okay, because I don't see Harshal Patel being dropped from the Indian side. Okay, so I want Harshal Patel to be in that 11, and then you add one spinner. It's like कि यार जडेजा हार्दिक के साथ आप कितने बॉलर्स खिलाएंगे? Then it's like कि आपको श्रेयस अय्यर में से किसी एक को बिठाना पड़ेगा, श्रेयस या सूर्या में से एक को बिठाना पड़ेगा, which I don't think is happening. So Venkatesh Iyer is
Abhinav,
out as well.
Abhinav, considering the World Cup is in Australia, I would definitely prefer someone like an Umesh Yadav over someone like a Harshal Patel. Because I personally
I
don't
think
think Harshal
Venkatesh Iyer
Patel.
is out. सैमसन
Yeah.
ने स्टम्प किया है वेंकटेश अय्यर को.
Yeah. So, Ryan,
What
you're
he
asking
what
the
he
Dinesh
did not
Karthik on Australian pitches. You just have to find out the highlights, man. I think Australian pitches are made for Dinesh Karthik. He likes the ball to come onto the bat. Yes, bounce का थोड़ा issue है, but he is capable enough to hook those and pull those as well. So I think should not be an issue with Dinesh Karthik and the pitches. अगर किसी का issue है, then I think it's a Rishabh Pant out there because he has played well in Australia before, but right now I see Dinesh Karthik. He will be in my 11. I don't know about others. The series which Harshal is mentioning, the 2018 T20 series, just have a look at that if possible. Yeah. 2019, sorry. Yeah.
I think it will
Ankit
be
is
really
saying,
unfortunate if Dinesh Karthik doesn't make to this squad after the way he has played. मतलब
yeah,
उसने उसने मतलब youngsters को पीछे छोड़ दिया है यार. I mean the way he has played, it's been outstanding. मतलब मैं तो आरआर का fan हूँ, but whenever Dinesh Karthik has been on screen, even उस दिन भी जब वो आरआर के मैच के अगेंस्ट वो मार रहा था, if you see the chat, मैं आप लोगों के साथ ही था. I was मतलब अंदर से खुशी हो रही थी यार कि मतलब जो बंदे को क्रेडिट मिलना चाहिए. पीपल आर फाइनली रियलाइजिंग डीके द फिनिशर. मतलब जो इतने सालों से लोग उसको नितिहास ट्रॉफी के बाद भी एक फ्लूक वाला टैग लग गया था उसको. ये तो हो
yeah,
गया, उन्होंने
And especially
अच्छा
in
बॉलिंग नहीं
India,
किया,
yeah,
ये
in
हुआ.
India there's a conception that एक playing 11 में एक ही wicket keeper खेल सकता है. Like Dinesh Karthik as a batsman was so good that he could have played along with MS Dhoni. But there's a conception कि नहीं, एक keeper है, that's enough. So instead of playing a keeper batsman, just play a proper batsman. So that has
we
costed
don't
Dinesh
have
Karthik
the
couple of
liberty
wickets.
यार. वही है ना कि एक्स्ट्रा कीपर बैट्समैन खिलाने की जगह नहीं है हमारे पास टीम में. दैट इज द थिंग क्योंकि I'll play Shreyas Iyer and Surya Kumar Yadav. I'll somehow try to fit both these guys in the playing 11 because none of those two deserve to be sitting on the bench. ठीक है, yes, हो सकता है कि यार अलग अलग जगह पे खेल रहे हैं, but Surya has been batting at number 5 for India and Iyer at 4. So if Dinesh Karthik is at 6, Hardik at 7, Jadeja at 8, and then whoever. But then you play only with two fast bowlers and Hardik being the third one. That is the main concern which I have.
If you place Surya and Iyer at the same time, now then Hardik becomes a fifth bowler. How much do you trust on Hardik Pandya to be a fifth bowler? Because अभी recently भी अपने हम लोग last match में देखा, उसको वापस उसको बैठना पड़ा एक मैच, उसको injury concerns हो गई. So how much do
Then
you
you
trust?
have to drop one of Surya
Yeah,
and Iyer, but I
Surya and
don't
Iyer.
want Surya to
That's
be
why.
dropped. Yeah.
And as a KKR fan, I don't want Iyer to be dropped.
I mean, not as an MI KKR fan, as an Indian
Yeah,
fan, I want Surya Kumar Yadav to be in that batting lineup. Okay, because the confidence that guy has, in different situations, I don't think Shreyas Iyer can do at number 5 and 6 what Surya Kumar Yadav can do. That is the only reason which I have for
before
Shreyas
this
Iyer.
IPL, before this IPL, Shreyas Iyer had it. I guess it was a Sri Lanka tour or something. The 3 consecutive 50s. So,
Yeah,
irrespective of your IPL form, how do you ban someone who has scored 3 consecutive 50s just before a World Cup, just a prime
right.
series just before a World Cup? Yeah,
He
Shreyas
has to
Iyer,
be in the
Iyer
level,
has,
man. I
yeah.
mean, Surya Kumar Yadav, you cannot drop that guy right now. Even he is
मुझे
not
क्या
in
लग रहा
form.
है,
हाँ बोले.
मुझे लग रहा है कि जो अभी आईपीएल के बाद अभी एक जो इंग्लैंड टूर हो रहा है, जो 5 T20 है इसका टूर है, where the main team is going to go, and the one off टेस्ट सीरीज जो पिछले साल का बाकी था, उस
Yeah,
5 T20 में इंडिया will probably send their best squad over there and probably the squad that might go to Australia. So मुझे
yeah,
लग रहा है उसमें हम लोग श्रेयस और सूर्या को दोनों को देखेंगे and both of them will get गुड नंबर ऑफ मैचेस. शायद ऐसे भी हो सकता है वी माइट सी श्रेयस एट 4 एंड सूर्या एट 5 और सूर्या एट 4 एंड श्रेयस एट 5. ये भी एक पॉसिबिलिटी टीम मैनेजमेंट देख सकती है
yeah,
बिकॉज बहुत ही आउटस्टैंडिंग प्लेयर है. मतलब सूर्य कुमार यादव ऐसा प्लेयर, you don't want him to not be in the World Cup squad. मतलब
yeah,
even the game against Pakistan, I remember जब शाहिन आफरीदी bowled that beautiful first over, उसके बाद जब सूर्या क्रीज पर आता है, the first scoring shot of his is a pull shot of 6. मतलब that's the confidence that guy has on big stages. और मतलब सूर्या also has a similar story like डीके. मतलब इतने साल
yeah.
मेहनत किया डोमेस्टिक में, मतलब साल पे साल, साल ब साल, और एमआई के लिए भी परफॉर्म किया. एवरी सिलेक्शन मीटिंग के बाद जब टीम अनाउंस होता था ट्विटर पर, देयर यूज्ड टू बी वन कॉमन थ्रेड, वेयर इज सूर्य
Surya
कुमार
Kumar
यादव.
Yadav,
तो
right?
3-4 साल में जब उसको मौका मिला.
I think that is what the concern is. You know what, Sands, मैं ना काफी हद तक agree करता हूँ whatever you are saying, but मैं ना एक और possibility rule नहीं करता. I don't rule out the possibility of Surya Kumar Yadav opening the innings, okay, alongside Rohit Sharma or KL Rahul. क्योंकि yes, in Indian colors we haven't seen KL Rahul do that well in T20 internationals. Okay, yes, you can say that he is the first
Shreyas
choice.
Iyer
I
out.
completely agree. Yeah, Shreyas Iyer is
Shreyas
out.
Iyer
Yes.
out.
What's the
That was
question
given
right now? What's the equation right now?
38
How much?
needed of 38
38
of
from
20.
20 balls यार, मतलब इतना इक्वेशन तो अभी भी है, but it's a big wicket.
How much did
It's
Shreyas
a big
score?
wicket.
85 or 51. तो आई थिंक कैप्टन लॉक फॉर श्योर, बट स्टिल अभी देखते हैं अभी पैट कमिंस बना पाते कि नहीं
85
बना
or
पाते,
50
क्योंकि
यार, मतलब one of his best knocks in IPL, Shreyas
Yeah.
Iyer का.
अग्री किया. अक्षत भाई
अभी मैं
नहीं पता यार बटलर को कैसे रोकेंगे अपन. अपन क्या भाई, कोई भी कैसे रोकेगा बंदे को. वो लग रहा है कि
हम
क्या
लोग
बताया
इतना
मतलब.
एज आरआर फैन मैं इतना खुश हो रहा हूँ बटलर के लिए, लेकिन जब वो इंग्लैंड की जर्सी पहन कर आएगा और जब हमें मारेगा इतनी खुशी नहीं होगी. वो जब बॉटम हैंड छक्के लगेंगे वहां पर तो आंसू
हाँ
गिरेंगे.
यार सही में. ठीक है अभी ना
now,
काफी कुछ. हाँ बोल.
can I ask a bold question?
हाँ बोल ना.
या
After the IPL and before the World Cup, okay, around 2 to 3 series we are playing. Hypothetically speaking, अगर सारे series में Shreyas and Surya both are performing wonderfully well, and simultaneously Rohit and Virat both are performing poorly. Is there a chance that you drop either one of those to accommodate both of Surya and Iyer? Are we at that position?
No, not right now. Considering कि वर्ल्ड कप ये साल है, आई डोंट थिंक वी आर इन दैट पोजीशन. यस, अगर वर्ल्ड कप होता अभी 1-2 साल बाद अभी मिलता हमें मौका कि यार अभी तो टाइम है वर्ल्ड कप के लिए, लेट्स ट्राई दिस सिचुएशन कॉम्बिनेशन एक बार. Mavi is gone
So
first ball
Rohit
as
and
well.
Virat
So
both are confirmed starters for you,
मावी भी
right?
आउट हो गया. चलो 7
yeah,
विकेट डाउन.
कौन गया?
Shivam Mavi.
शिवम मावी आउट हो गया. 7 डाउन.
अरे तो क्रीज पे कौन है अभी?
And once again it's the grandmaster Yuzvendra
Chahal.
Chahal.
Who's at the
Yeah, I
crease
told
right
you
now?
that Charles over is the thing. Charles over is the game turning over, and literally that has happened. So hopefully he gets that hat trick. I mean, 5 wickets in a T20 game is what it's a dream. It's like scoring 150 in a
Abhinav,
2020
who's at the
game.
crease right now?
Sheldon Jackson and Pat Cummins. Pat Cummins is on strike.
Mavi game before Cummins.
Yeah.
Mavi came before
Nice.
Cummins.
So in short, that 15 ball 50 was a fluke is what I guess from this decision.
And when is Sheldon Jackson gonna perform? He's
I
never
don't know.
performed.
Sheldon Jackson, KKR sometimes they flutter too much with their batting and that combination. कि यार किसको batting करवाने भेजे अभी. That is what KKR used to do a lot, and still they are doing that. कि यार अभी तो run ज्यादा है तो भेज देते किसी और को ऊपर करते batting. So I think that is what every season की यही कहानी है KKR की यार. They keep on changing their batting combination ऊपर नीचे, which kind of backfires them at some instances as well.
By the way, I'm still not ruling out KKR because Sheldon Jackson is a very good batsman and Cummins अगर वो 2-3 छक्के मार देगा तो पैनिक हो जाएगा.
Yeah. But still, it's 180 for 7, एक और wicket. It's like KKR also have to think यार यहाँ पे एक और
Hat-trick for
wicket
Chahal.
hat-trick. Yes. Brilliant यार, क्या bowling कर रहा है बंदा. ये बंदे को भी आप कैसे टीम से बाहर निकालो यार. अभी everyone is saying कि यार what a brilliant, and I think same situation था in क्या बोलते हैं वहां पे पहले एक आध गेम में एक और था जहाँ पे करुण नायर ने कैच ड्रॉप किया था युजवेंद्र चहल की बॉलिंग पे. सो आई थिंक second time lucky for Yuzvendra Chahal, and finally he deserves this praise, man, and all the limelight he's getting क्योंकि after the year जो गया है बंदे का पिछला एक साल, इट्स लाइक यार अब तो डिजर्व करता है. बिकॉज कॉन्फिडेंस की बात कभी नहीं थी युजवेंद्र चहल के. बस वही है कि थोड़ा वो जो पैच आता ना कि एक यार अच्छा नहीं चल रहा, टाइम नहीं चल रहा प्लेयर का. दैट वाज द थिंग विद युजवेंद्र चहल. बट राइट नाउ he's out of his comfort zone, no RCB and stuff like that. I think leading a bowling attack is what Yuzvendra Chahal always needed, and brilliant hat trick this season, first of this season if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
I think more than RCB snub, what hurt him the most was the World Cup snub जो पिछले साल हुआ था, क्योंकि
Yeah,
he was one of the
Chahal took the hat trick.
he took the hat trick,
yeah.
5
आउट
wickets.
हो गया भाई।
चहल
केकेआर हार गए भाई, कल हार गई केकेआर, तो कितना पीछे चल रहा है टाइम में।
Rajesh Reddy
What
करके.
a lovely celebration as well, man. But what a bowler, Yuzi, what a bowler for sure.
मैंने
KKR
बोला
team
था ना,
needs to make
you
replacement.
need a brilliant, इस मैच में वापसी करना है, you need that brilliance to
Yeah,
come in, और मतलब that could have come from चहल। तो
right.
और आपने भी बोला था अभी ना कि जब if it comes to weekend, you चहल is the man you are looking at, and
Yeah.
he has done the job। लेकिन मतलब वो एक शेल्डन जैक्सन है, मतलब वो थोड़ा ऐसे
No, 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 no. अभी पता है क्या, फिर at ऐसे moments में ना I'm like कि यार fate is also on the side of the players who have done the most, ठीक है। मेरे को ऐसा, मेरी थिंकिंग ऐसी बनी हुई है कि यार बटलर सेंचुरी, चाहल 5 विकेट हॉल, इसके बाद आई डोंट सी राजस्थान लूजिंग द मैच, क्योंकि फिर दैट इट्स लाइक यार इतनी मेहनत करने के बाद भी कुछ नहीं मिला। मेरी थिंकिंग पता नहीं ऐसी बहुत पहले से थिंकिंग है यार कि अब तो नहीं हार सकते, अब तो कुछ भी हो जाए।
तो I mean
Equation क्या है अभी?
it required from
37 or
18,
17, 37 or
37
17।
of 17। Okay, मुझे लग रहा है केकेआर would have not I mean bowling first, they would have not mind if RR would have scored 200, लेकिन जो 217 पड़ गया ना, that gave
Yeah,
us little bit pressure। अगर वो 203 204 भी होता ना, केकेआर would have very well been on par, मतलब because we have seen पंजाब ने किया है ये आरसीबी के अगेंस्ट in the same ground if I'm not
yes.
wrong। तो वो एक्स्ट्रा 10-15 रन जो मुझे लग रहा था कि और 10-15 होना चाहिए थे, आई थिंक दैट विल वेरी वेल मेक द डिफरेंस इन
आई
दिस
मीन
गेम।
क्या दिन आ गए सही में, T20 क्रिकेट में 217 रन भी कम लगने लग गए। इट्स लाइक यार।
और उमेश यादव ने छक्का मारा, हाँ वी फॉरगॉट उमेश यादव।
Yeah, but still 31 or 16, I think it's way too much at this instance, क्योंकि I think Bolt has 1 over left, and at जब यॉर्कर मारने की बारी आती है then I think Bolt can do that consistently. uh, 29 of 15।
ये 3 बॉल 9 रन भी आ जाएंगे ना, अच्छा हो जाएगा।
या
12
बट
20 ऑफ
पता नहीं यार
10।
अभी।
यू नो आई एम थिंकिंग, मेरा क्रिकेट देखने का थोड़ा स्टाइल अलग है। आई एम थिंकिंग फ्रॉम शेल्डन जैक्सन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। एक बंदा जो बंगाल के लिए खेलता है, ही इज 35 years old, इतने साल डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट में ही हैज बीन हाईएस्ट रन स्कोरर, ही हैज गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी नाउ कि 29 of 15, it's not a big ask if you ask me, because Umesh can hang around, ऐसा नहीं कि
Yeah,
उमेश
make that 23 of 14 now, it's another 6।
Come on, come on.
इस बॉलिंग लिटरली इन द स्लॉट की यार, एक जगह जहाँ पे उमेश यादव को बॉलिंग नहीं करती वहीं पे डाल रहे हैं। ट्रेंट बोल्ट, आई एक्सपेक्ट मच मोर फ्रॉम ट्रेंट बोल्ट टू बी ऑनेस्ट एट दिस इंस्टेंट, क्योंकि with alongside Jasprit Bumrah last year, he was getting those stumps out of the ground at these moments, but right now he's struggling to do that। एक और बाउंड्री here, then I think it's KKR back in the game।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
Because there is Prasidh Krishna and Obed McCoy जिनके ओवर बचे हैं, and both of the one is playing the first game and one has a tendency to leak runs later in the innings, so hopefully let's see where this match ends up। 195 for 8, 23 needed of 14 balls। प्रेशर ऑन संजू एज वेल यार, कैप्टेंसी का भी टेस्ट है अभी यहाँ पे तो। बट क्या सॉलिड सॉलिड मैच हुआ है, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि यार एंड तक अभी अपन बता नहीं सकते कि यार रिजल्ट क्या हो रहा है। एक इसी से ना ये लेके एक क्वेश्चन है, इट्स अ बाउंड्री, ओके। 19 of 13, लिटरली कारपेट होता ना, लिटरली कारपेट जिसमें बॉल सर्फ का पानी डाल के लोग बच्चे स्लाइड मारते हैं ना, वैसी वैसी आउटफील्ड बन जाती है आफ्टर 9:30 एट द ब्रेबॉर्न की। यार इतनी तेज बॉल भागती है कि कोई नहीं रोक सकता, फायदा भी नहीं है यार, बोल्ट वगैरह को भगाओगे तो भी नहीं भाग पाएंगे। तो आई थिंक इसी से क्वेश्चन था मेरा सैंड फॉर यू दैट what do you prefer? I mean, high scoring thrillers or low scoring thrillers? What is your preference?
देखो हाई स्कोरिंग थ्रिलर का ऐसा है कि इफ एवरी गेम इज अ हाई स्कोरिंग थ्रिलर, तो जो बैट्समैन के रन आते हैं ना, देयर इज नो वैल्यू फॉर इट. आज श्रेयस अय्यर ने इतना आउटस्टैंडिंग खेला है, बट बिकॉज बटलर हैज स्कोर्ड 100, एज व्यूअर्स हम लोग ये बोल रहे हैं कि श्रेयस अय्यर में इतना क्वालिटी है, वो तो 85 मार ही लेगा. But had it been a 160 170 chase जहां पर the ball is sticking out, I mean the pitch is doing it a bit, और वहां पर अगर रन बनते हैं तो उस रन का मजा है. The Virat Kohli chase against Australia 2016 World Cup,
Yeah.
160 to 180 is the perfect match according
that
to
has
me.
to be his one of the best knocks of his career.
एकदम ही 110 120 वाले matches becomes kind of boring and 200 plus matches also becomes kind of 160 to 180.
Yeah, but क्योंकि मेरे को ना ये 220 225 वाले मैचेस ना मेरे को जमते नहीं है. लाइक कि या तो बहुत कम रन से बहुत कम रन पे सामने वाली टीम निपट जाएगी, या तो चेस कर जाएगी. देयर इज नो इन बिटवीन. देन यार 1-2 रन से हार गए या 2-3 रन से हार गए, दैट इज यूजुअली दैट डज नॉट हैपन. बट ये आप रोज कॉलिंग थ्रिलर्स होते हैं ना, कि जैसे चेपॉक जैसी विकेट हो गई जहां पे 145 इज द टारगेट इन 20 ओवर्स, and you have Jadeja in your lineup, you have Chahal in your lineup, then you start thinking from a player's point of view as an audience as well कि यार ये टाइम पे मैं इसको दूंगा कितने डॉट. you start counting the dot balls as well at that time कि यार इतने डॉट हो गई, इतनी डॉट हो गई, 4 आ गई और 2 निकालनी.
Even 2017 IPL final was my favorite. It was just a 120 130 match,
Yeah.
but the way the match was played is my favorite. It went to the last.
Right.
It went to the last ball.
Yeah, and the 2019 final as well. I mean the Mumbai CSK
Yeah,
game
2019, right.
ज्यादा टारगेट नहीं था. Oh my God, Umesh Yadav hit a brilliant shot. Is literally hit Sheldon Jackson.
Equation.
17 of 11.
अच्छा सिंगल आया. Sheldon. At
बढ़िया
least
शॉट मारा.
Sheldon Jackson has been with KKR for like last 6 years. Not one innings he has.
बच
उसको
गया सर,
मौका
बच गया
बहुत
भाई.
कम मिला है ना सर.
हाँ, but still, नहीं बोल के he has got at least 7 to 8 matches. He has not even scored some 25.
Yeah, the guy is a regular in Saurashtra's team. I think there was a time 3-4 years back when he was in contention for that करुण नायर वाला जो नंबर था ना, जहाँ पे नंबर 4 का जो फाइट था, वहाँ पे लाइक कि यार एक शेल्डन जैक्सन को भी ट्राई करना चाहिए. बट क्योंकि ही वाज स्कोरिंग रन्स एंड ही स्टिल स्कोर्स रन्स कंसिस्टेंटली फॉर सौराष्ट्र. तो आई थिंक उसके बाद से राइट नाउ ही इज नॉट, अभी उसकी एज विल नॉट बी ऑन हिज साइड एज वेल, क्योंकि टेस्ट साइड में यू नीड batters who are 27 28 years old. Oh my God, it's okay, 2 more runs. Yeah, 15 of 10.
Come on.
1 wicket and it's game over for KKR. यार अभी क्या गेम ओवर यार, आखिरी ओवर तभी ओबेड मैकॉय डालेगा, तो अभी गेम ओवर नहीं हो सकता. Imagine Obed McCoy winning the game for Rajasthan in his first game. How happy will these guys be? संजू सैमसन की कैप्टनसी का टेस्ट है. बोल्ट हैज बीन एक्सपेंसिव, 4 overs for 48. McCoy 3 overs for 38. Ashwin 1 for 38 in 4. Chahal 5 for 40.
लास्ट ओवर कौन डालेगा? Who's the
McCoy.
अच्छा ओके
Obed McCoy. But trust me भाई, वो एक्शन से ना हिट करना is very very difficult. That tall arm action, high arm action, moving away from the right handers, I think that is a
I've never seen him bowl. I've never seen him bowl.
14 of 9, but Krishna is bowling to his field. That is one positive for RR. जो फील्ड लगाई है उसी के अकॉर्डिंग बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं.
ये 3 बॉल 4 रन पे आ जाएंगे ना, लास्ट ओवर 10 runs पॉसिबल है.
Look, एक और बाउंड्री हियर, देन इट इज केकेआर's गेम इन माय ओपिनियन. ठीक है कि क्योंकि एक कहीं पे भी बाउंड्री लगी, इट्स लाइक यार रन बॉल सिचुएशन आएगी एंड देन यू आर बाउंड टू मेक मिस्टेक्स एज अ फील्डिंग साइड. तो आई थिंक
Abhinav when 70 of 7, yeah, when 70 of 7 was required, you said it's KKR's match, then game palti hua, Russell out hua, then you said it's Rajasthan's match.
इट्स लाइक कि यार एक ओवर ने गेम घुमा दिया. तो चाहल का जो ओवर था जिसमें 3 विकेट केकेआर ने दे दिया, दैट इज आल्सो थोड़ा सेंसिबली आपको खेलना पड़ेगा वो टाइम पर आके भी. 2 ओवर 2 बॉल बचे हैं चाहल के.
मैंने ये सेशन के स्टार्ट में ही बोला था कि केकेआर वैसा टीम है जो एक ओवर में 2-2 3-3, जस्ट लाइक प्रवीण तांबे's हैट्रिक, इफ यू रिमेंबर. एक ओवर में दे गिव 3 विकेट्स एंड द होल चेस वेंट डाउन.
Yeah, but so that is up to the team management, right? कि यार शिवम मावी को आपने भेजा है पैट कमिंस के पहले. I would have preferred पैट कमिंस coming in क्योंकि then you don't have to do that कि यार अभी तो मारना पड़ेगा पहली बॉल से जाके. 2 बॉल बची थी चहल की, आपने 2 विकेट दे दिया, आप वो 2 डॉट भी कर सकते थे. Then still इक्वेशन आपके हाथ में थी because the fastest bowlers were going to bowl उसके बाद से. तो I think these calculations should be from the team management and the captain as well.
14 of 9 के बाद अरे डॉट करा है.
नहीं वाइड डाली है.
डॉट नहीं,
13
वाइड
of 9.
बॉल है.
ओके धीरन has repeated, sir. यूसुफ भाई थैंक्स यार, अपडेट कर.
12 of 8 another wide.
अरे
लिटरली एक और वाइड थी यार, वो बैट लगा दिया उमेश यादव ने, वरना वाइड थी. 12 of 8, I mean, it's still tough to call right now in my opinion, but I still have a feeling that somehow
मुझे लग रहा
Rajasthan will
है,
win it.
मुझे पता
How
नहीं
many balls
क्यों
have
लग रहा है
Sheldon
कि
Jackson
नैया
faced?
डूब गई है हमारी.
How many
नहीं,
balls
मुझे
has
लग रहा है
Sheldon Jackson faced?
5 of 5, बट उमेश यादव को स्ट्राइक दो यार, अभी 7 बॉल में 21 रन बना दिए बंदे ने. ऐसे मैचेस अच्छे लगते हैं, पता है क्या कि मतलब लास्ट ओवर तक, लास्ट बॉल तक जाना, दैट इज ओके, बट ऐसे वन साइडेड 200 रन वाले चेज आई डोंट लाइक. अनदर सिंगल. यार बैटिंग तो बहुत अच्छी कर रहे हैं दोनों, बट गैप्स में नहीं जा पा रही. दैट इज द इशू. वरुण चक्रवर्ती इज रेडी टू बैट.
बहुत
आई डोंट थिंक ही
बहुत
वांट्स टू
कम
कम
पड़
आउट
रहे
टू
हैं 217.
217 भी कम पड़ रहा है यार, बताओ. आई मीन, considering all the wickets which you have seen in the IPL so far, what do you think? Which pitch do you think is the best cricketing pitch? क्योंकि it's like यार टॉस जीतो bowling करो, simple है. No captain has dared to do कि यार पहले batting, because if you see Rajasthan Royals, their main strength is batting. Okay, you want these guys to bat freely. Rajasthan Royals, when it comes to Jaws Butler, Devdutt Padikkal, Sanju Samson, these guys have the capability to put up 200 game after game. Then why go like यार जो बाकी कैप्टन्स कर रहे हैं हमें भी वही करनी चाहिए only because ड्यू है. बिकॉज ड्यू में भी स्कोर्स डिफरेंट हो सकता है, ऐसा नहीं कि आपने कभी ट्राई नहीं किया तो देन हाउ इज इट गोइंग टू बी पॉसिबल. ठीक है, दैट इज माय क्वेश्चन. सो आउट ऑफ ऑल द पिचेस व्हिच यू हैव सीन, Sands, which is the best cricketing wicket? For me, it has to be DY Patil.
DY Patil for sure.
DY Patil has been one. It's been one wicket which has both for batters and bowlers.
Exactly.
मतलब
Yeah.
अगर 7 ओवर में 70 हैं, the batters feel कि नहीं यहाँ पर छक्के पड़ सकते हैं, the bowlers feel कि if we bowl in the right areas wicket पड़ेंगे. And I
Yeah.
think
RCB versus KKR match was the perfect example. Because if you have seen the match, Hasaranga took a fifer if I'm not wrong. So there was help for spinners. Fifer or four Hasaranga took. Then Umesh Yadav took 2 wickets. Tim Southee took 3 wickets. And proper fast bowling. So there was help for fast bowlers as well. And then the wicket was pretty decent for batting. As so DY Patil was one of the balanced wicket of all the 4.
11 minute of 6. It's one boundary
बहुत
and
टाइट हो रहा है.
बहुत सारा टाइट हो रहा है. ओबिट मैकॉय इज बॉलिंग. ऐसे मैचेस देखने में फिर भी चल जाता है. मेरा वही था कि यार हर मैच में 200 रन बना के भी चेज हो रहे थे, तो क्या फायदा देखना. बिकॉज वी सॉ कि the viewership also going down of this year's IPL by 1/3 or something. So I think that is also a big concern. कि अभी आदत सी पड़ गई थी सबको कि यार no batter, no player, no team has decided to win the toss and bat first. It's like कि यार जो चल रहा है चलने दो. You never know यार कौन सा मैच तुम हारोगे, कौन सा मैच जीतोगे. And is it safe? 2 more runs, 9 of 5.
That's why I have an unpopular opinion that afternoon matches, the matches which begins at 3:30, are better suited than the matches that happen during the night, because that matches are more equal.
209 for 8 यार. 450 के ऊपर रन बन गए T20 मैच में. दैट इज, या इमेजिन अभी इसके ऊपर एक सुपर ओवर आ जाए. दैट इज अनदर एंड ही इज गॉन. ओपन मैकॉय, यस.
आउट हो गया
शेल्डन
यार.
जैक्सन इज
आउट
आउट.
हो गया.
शेल्डन जैक्सन had to
लेकिन
perform
मैं लेकिन not over.
या इट्स स्टिल नॉट ऑन. ये शॉट ना काफी अच्छा था. This
एक
was
मैच
literally.
परफॉर्म करना था तुझे, परफॉर्म भी नहीं, you just had to score on a ball, वो भी नहीं हो रहा है.
बट केकेआर विल बी डिसअपॉइंटेड क्योंकि एक जहाँ जो सिचुएशन से वो थे, अगर यहाँ से मैच हार जाते हैं देन इट्स लाइक कि दे हैव देमसेल्व्स टू ब्लेम. ऐसा भी नहीं कि यार किसी और को ब्लेम करेंगे, बट राइट नाउ व्हाट वरुण चक्रवर्ती हैज टू डू इज गिव्स द स्ट्राइक बैक टू उमेश यादव. यस 9 ऑफ 4, 8 ऑफ 3 इज मैनेजेबल, बट यहाँ पे डॉट वॉट करना इज लाइक कि यार अब तो फिर गेम गई. बट ब्रिलियंट गेम, नॉट नो कंप्लेंट्स. बट बॉलर्स का गेम मेरे को यही अच्छा नहीं लगता यार. पता है क्या, T20 के मैच में बॉलर्स इतनी पिटाई खाते हैं, मेरे को वो नहीं जमता मेरे को. पता है क्या, इट्स लाइक कि यार 4 overs 38 फॉर नो लॉस, ही बोल्ड रियली वेल. अबे 10-10 रन खा रहे ओवर में कहाँ से बोल्ड रियली वेल, इससे कॉन्फिडेंस की धज्जियां उड़ जाती है उसके बाद. लाइक कि यार 4 ओवर में 20-25 रन देना इज ब्रिलियंट. तो 4 over 38 एंड देन स्टिल दे आर लिस्टिंग यार दे बोल्ड रियली रियली वेल. तो दैट इज व्हाट माय कंसर्न इज.
मुझे लगता है कि व्हेन इट कम्स टू बॉलिंग फिगर्स, अगर रन्स ज्यादा हैं तो पीपल एक्सपेक्ट यू टू पिक अप 2-3 विकेट्स. इफ यू आर गिविंग 30-35 रन्स, अगर तुम 2 विकेट लेते हो, इट इज स्टिल कंसिडर्ड टू
या
बी
या या
गुड बॉलिंग फिगर्स.
या
लेकिन जब आप रन
एनीथिंग.
भी दे रहे हो, देन यू आर नॉट पिकिंग अप विकेट्स, देन इट सडनली इट बिकम्स एन ऑर्डिनरी मैच.
Yeah.
Like Karanveer Singh did in the
तो
final of 2014 IPL, he gave 44 of 4 overs, but he took 4 wickets and all the major wickets. Manish Pandey, Gautam Gambhir, even Yusuf Pathan, if I'm not wrong. So, अगर
Yeah,
तुम
so
मुझे
40
लगता है
that is
उमेश
well.
यादव स्ट्राइक पर आ गया ना.
8 of 3. But I think
like Abhinav,
he'll be gone. I don't think कि वो मार पाएंगे because the angle with which this guy is bowling, it is very very tough to hit over mid wicket.
अरे
Bold.
उमेश का
RR win by 7 runs.
खत्म हुआ.
Yeah, game end. RR win by 7 runs. Literally, what he was trying to do, hit over mid wicket, and the ball is moving away from the right hander. So I think RR has literally escaped. Huge escape बोल सकते हैं हम, क्योंकि लग नहीं रहा था after 138, 140 for 2 कि जीत पाएगी राजस्थान रॉयल्स वहां से. But
KKR has
Yuzvendra
pulled off
Chahal,
a
very well done.
KKR.
आई एम हैप्पी फॉर चहल, बट
Yeah.
मुझे थोड़ा ऐसा लग रहा है कि श्रेयस अय्यर के लिए थोड़ा हार्ट ब्रेक सा हो गया, बिकॉज लाइक ही प्लेड सो वेल. मतलब मैं देख रहा था साइड बाय साइड बैटिंग, इतना बढ़िया बैटिंग कर रहा था वो, तो मतलब तो उसके लिए थोड़ा बुरा लग रहा है मेरे को. बट
Yeah.
आई थिंक आर नीडेड दिस विन, एंड नाउ अगेन आई फील कि हम लोग थोड़ा वापस आ गए हैं कंटेंशन में फॉर प्लेऑफ्स. विद दिस
Yeah.
विन वी आर बैक ऑन 8 पॉइंट्स. तो now we really need to work on our errors. मतलब bowling तो मतलब ऐसे दिवाली में जैसे गिफ्ट दे रहे हैं, दिल खोल के रन्स दे रहा है, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा बॉस. अगर 217 बन रहे हैं, you need to restrict team within 170, 180. ऐसे 7 रन
नहीं नहीं,
वाला
पता है
हार.
क्या साइंस यू नो व्हाट कि ये अगर आप इमेजिन रियान पराग एंड जिमी नीशम आर योर फिफ्थ बॉलर्स, ओके, then this game is not for Rajasthan to win. That is my main concern.
100%.
अगर आप यही आप अगर जो गुजरात के साथ जो मैच था, in that game you would have got Trent Bolt का like to like replacement Owen McCoy, जो same same profile के bowler है. Yes, swing वगैरह नहीं करवाते, but he is a proper bowler. In that game it was like कि 16 overs में राजस्थान क्या करती है, because 4 ओवर में तो आप कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. That is what the mentality of the mindset was for Sanju Samson. So that is what I expect Rajasthan not to do again in the future. कि यार अगर बोल्ट या कोई जाता है तो get a fast bowler in, not कि यार जिमी नीशम से 2 करा लेंगे, 2 रियान पराग से करा लेंगे.
मुझे लगता है जिमिनेशम को लाने का एक और रीजन ये था बिकॉज दे वांटेड दैट बैटिंग स्टेबिलिटी जो हमारे पास नहीं था लोअर डाउन द
Yeah, but
ऑर्डर, बिकॉज हम लोग
the winning combination is working.
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट. आई एम एक्चुअली ऑन विद यू इन दिस पॉइंट कि मतलब विनिंग कॉम्बिनेशन चल रहा है, तो व्हाई डिस्टर्ब समथिंग व्हिच इज नॉट ब्रोकन. मतलब तो वही
Exactly.
चीज है. बट नाउ कमिंग टू केकेआर, मुझे नहीं लगता कि देयर इज एनीथिंग इन पर्टिकुलर यू कैन पॉइंट आउट टू केकेआर एंड टेल कि तुम लोगों ने बुरा क्रिकेट खेला है. आई थिंक दे हैव प्लेड रियली वेल.
Yeah.
पिच ऐसा था कि 217 बनने ही थे, और उसका
Yeah.
एक विनिंग प्रूफ यही है कि केकेआर मैनेज टू रीच टिल 210. इट इज वन ऑफ दोस गेम्स की मतलब एक दो इंडिविजुअल ब्रिलियंस, एक बटलर एक चहल, वो पूरा गेम लेकर चला गया। वरना मतलब इट वाज अ वेरी इवन गेम। ऐसा नहीं था कि 210 के बाद भी हम लोगों ने आउटस्टैंडिंग पावर प्ले बॉल किया वेयर वी हैव देम 35 फॉर 1 and 6 overs। नहीं, they were right on accelerator from ball 1। तो केकेआर के
Yeah.
लिए मतलब ये दिस लॉस वुड बी, आई मीन इट वुड हर्ट देम अ लॉट, बिकॉज़ ये दे नीडेड दिस लाइक अस, दे नीडेड दिस विन टू, बिकॉज़ अगर ये मैच वो लोग जीतते तो शायद वो भी मतलब दे वुड हैव stayed in that upper position of the table। तो अभी
Yeah.
अभी उनके लिए और इम्पोर्टेंट होता है आने वाले एक दो मैचेस जीतकर वो मोमेंटम वापस रीगेन करें, क्योंकि एंड आई हैव वन मोर थिंग टू से, अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल से कि जो लोअर हाफ ऑफ द टेबल है, मोस्ट ऑफ द टीम्स आर आउट, मतलब उनका कोई चांस नहीं है, जैसे
No,
दिल्ली
no,
कैपिटल्स
that's
हो
not
गया।
happening. No, no, not yet, not yet. I think you can say that only after
यस
45 or 50 games.
करेक्ट। तो अभी बहुत बहुत ही मतलब जल्दी होगा बोलना, तो नन ऑफ द टीम्स आर आउट, मतलब एक तरह से वी कैन से कि मतलब
Until that time.
मे बी एम आई एंड सी एस के का थोड़ा हम बोल सकते हैं, बट अदरवाइज द रेस्ट ऑफ द टीम्स स्टिल आर इन कंटेंशन टू गो ऑन टॉप ऑफ ऑन द अपर हाफ ऑफ द टेबल।
I still believe that there is one team which is left जो नीचे से ऊपर आने वाली है, and I pretty much think that it has to be Delhi Capitals, because the way these guys can play, I don't think they are playing to their full potential as of yet, but they have a very 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 strong side in my opinion. So I think that is one team which can come up the points table ladder, and one team जो अभी जो अच्छा खेल रही है उसमें से नीचे आ सकती है, could be an SRH or could be a Gujarat Titans. Okay, but let's see. I'm not counting anyone out except Mumbai and CSK right now. CSK भी there is an outside chance for CSK, but tough to make it to top four, only because कि 10 टीम compete कर रही है this time around. अगर ये 8 होता तो it's like यार एक दो टीम आपको कम करवानी है, तो I think that is a big ask right now. But अच्छा गेम था, अच्छा काफी मजा आया मैच देखने में, बात करके भी, अफ्तर तेरे से भी, सैंड आपसे भी, एंड everyone in the chat, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to register yourself on the CHAMPHUNT login website. The link is in the description. Follow them on all the social media platforms. These guys are doing a great job. Register yourself. It's a one-stop cricketing platform for all the cricket lovers. You can talk about anything there. You can post about anything, all the cricket related content, you can find it out there. So just it's just a 10-minute 10-second task. Just go on their website, register. They just need your email address, and that's about it. So thank you so much once again. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be streaming the game tomorrow as well. I think it's a big game tomorrow. If I'm not wrong, it's RCB and Lucknow Super Giants are playing tomorrow. So that will be another great game, another high-scoring game we expect. So do tune in tomorrow as well. Thank you, Sand, once again. Thank you, Atharva, and everyone in the chat for
it was
tuning in
great
this call
chatting with
tomorrow.
you guys, and मतलब
Yeah.
मैं अथर्व के पहले भी चैट्स देख चुका हूँ, उनका काफी बैलेंस्ड ओपिनियन रहता है हर चीज पर, so I had great fun chatting with him.
Yeah.
This was not an
Here,
RR
buddy.
versus KKR fan, मतलब
Yeah.
these were basically three people having a good cricket conversation, so I really enjoyed the stream today.
Yeah.
Same here, buddy. Same here. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys. Thank you.
See you guys.
See you.